LB, greetings. How are you doing? Queen Bibi, I see you, darling. Good evening, Queen Bibi. How you doing? How is my son? Abby love. Is it you? God, God will help you. Greetings, guys. Greetings, everybody. Greeting queens. Greeting kings. Greeting my fellow Ogbanje mates. Greetings to the wicked ones. Greetings to the nice ones. Greetings to those going through life. Greetings to everybody in general. Guys, let's tap on our screen. Today, I want to share my story. A lot of people keep saying, Oma, tell us now, how did you get to this level? How did you get here? How did you become a priestess? How did you get here? What was your story like? For those of you that followed me from way back, you know my story. But for the new people that are joining the family, they've requested, especially on YouTube. I've gotten a lot of people ask me, Oma, at what point did you know that you needed to stop being a Christian? Guys, let's tap on our screen. That's what I'm talking about today. I'm sharing my story. My story will encourage one person. Guys, let's tap on our screen. Yeah. Thank you very much, TBICBD, for that. Guys, let's tap on our screen. The journey from Christianity to African spirituality. That's what I want to talk about today. Let's share the life. Let's share the life, please. Let's invite our loved ones. Guys, let's tap on our screen. Let's tap, 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 tap. Itwa, good evening. How you doing? Priestess Abby love. How is my baby feeling now? Hey, Oluwa Sheun, long time. Hey, Sheun, you joined today's life. Ha! Today is going to be a beautiful day. Itwa, thank you. Thank you so much. Today I want to share the journey. Good evening, Mercy. I want to share my story. How did I get here? I used to be a Christian. How did I become an antichrist now? How did I become a priestess? How did I start practicing African spirituality? Was I born into a home of those practicing African spirituality? That's what I want to talk about. My story, the journey so far. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Priestess Oma Water. Now, a lot of people feel that the Oma there is actually an Igbo name. Now, how did I get Oma Water? Now, initially, for those of you that follow me from the very beginning, my name wasn't Oma Water. My name was Omari. Omari. Say it's Omalicha. Sheun, you are a moderator. Behave yourself. Now, initially, my name, when I started my journey, my spiritual name was, or rather is, my spiritual name, my water name is Omari Ogbu. Now, that happens to be my own language. Omari means somebody that is old, right? Ogbo is a serpent. So I am an old ancient serpent. That's what it means. That's my water name, right? Now, when I met my husband, and he started calling me, because I'm a water priestess, he started calling me Oma Water. That was how the name started.
No, because you gave me water.
And he gave me that name because he had an experience while he was wooing me, right? He had a dream, and in that dream, I gave him water to drink while he was looking for water because he was very thirsty. So from there, he started calling me Oma Water because I gave him water to drink. And I suddenly just fell in love with the name, and I came here on TikTok and I changed my name to Oma Water. That was how the name started, right? Now, for those of you that don't know, I am from Delta State. I am Urobo by tribe. My father is Robo, my mom is Robo. I'm just married to an Igbo man from Enugu State. Now, greetings. I used to be a Christian. Now, when I say I used to be a Christian, I wasn't just going to church because I wanted to go to church. I was that lady that believed so much in Jesus Christ. I was that lady that, I'm from Ughelli South. I was that lady that I could fight you online if you go against Jesus Christ. I was that kind of person, right? I just knew that I was that person that was always drawn to the things of God. I love God. I love church. That was who I used to be as an individual. Now, I grew up in a Christian home. But while growing up, right? While growing up, I noticed that I was the only one in my house, in my home, because I have just three. We are just three. I have siblings. I have a brother and I have a sister. I'm in the middle. I'm the first girl. Now, I noticed that I was the only one in the house that didn't have a baby picture. So as every time I was asking my mom, how come I don't have a baby picture? She would tell me that I was very sick. While that's why I don't have a baby picture, because my sister has a baby picture, my brother has a baby picture. So I lived with that story growing up as a young teenager. Now, when I started my life, I used to be that girl that would be in a room and you probably would not even know how my voice sounds like, because I was that very quiet, timid child that if my father comes home and they want to find out the truth about what happened in that house, just call me. Before you lift up the cane, I have said everything that happened just the way it happened, because I used to be that very quiet and timid child growing up. Now, when I became a teenager, I went to Federal Government College Warri. That was where I schooled as a boarder. I was a boarder. And all through my boarding school, I just noticed that I wasn't someone that was very good in making friends. Yes, I could be among people that relate, but I was very quiet. And something about me that people knew me for was that I am a cry. Before you ask me something, I'm crying. You've not beat me, you've not told me anything, you are just talking to me, I am crying. I was that emotional as a child. Now, when I got into secondary school, I found out that school, when it comes to education, for me, it was a struggle. As at that time, I was struggling. I will read, but I will go to the class and write. I will not pass. So I was always having issues with my mom and my dad, because they were wondering why I was failing in school. Entering school was stress. Going into the school itself was another headache. I was that child that was struggling with education through my secondary school. Now, I still didn't know as at that time that there was something about me at that time. One thing I remember is my grandmom used to be a water priestess. Now, she used to be that if you are a robo, you know what they mean when they say somebody dances igbe. My grandmom dances igbe. I think my network is lagging. If you can hear me, please signify. If you can hear me, kindly signify that you can hear me, or the network is hanging. It's hanging here on my screen. You can hear me. Okay, thank you. Now, my grandma, Achalugo, the birthday girl. Now, my grandmom happened to be that water priestess, right? My grandmom happens to be a water priestess. I saw her practice, because I can remember as a child, right? As a child, I was born in my grandmother's house. I wasn't born in the hospital like my siblings. I was born in my grandmother's house, because as at then, my mom was married, but she goes, because she's pregnant, so when my dad goes to work, she goes back home. So she gave birth to me in my grandmother's house. And I can still remember then how they used to put me at the back and go and offer water sacrifice. I can still remember vividly then, right? So as at that time, while we were going to church, myself, my mom, everybody in the house, then we were going to one church they call Flock of Christ Mission, right? For those of you that stay in Delta State, Warri, you will know that church, Flock of Christ, Simeon Oka. That was the church I grew up going to as a teenager. Now, I remember that it got to a time my grandmom will always visit us very early in the morning. She comes to our house between 5:30 to 6. My grandmom is always the person that wakes us up as at that time. Now, I will see my grandmom and my mom having a conversation, and they are disagreeing. But as a young child that time, I didn't understand what was going on. But I knew that for every time my grandmom came to the house to visit my mom as at that time, she comes very early in the morning. Yes, at NRA, thank you so much. That's the church I grew up as a Christian. Now, my grandmom always comes to the house, and anytime my grandmom comes, my mom is always angry. Now, it is now I grew up, I started understanding that my grandmom used to come back home then to remind my mother of her assignment as a water priestess. And my mother would always say, never. I am a Christian. I am for God. I will serve God. Whatever you believe in ends with you. I am not going to do this thing with you. So that was the argument they were always having that early morning. Now, when my mom disagrees, as at that time, my grandmom would go back home. But as a young child, I didn't understand. Now, life continued. I now noticed, I knew that my grandmom was dancing Igbe while my mom would go to church, right? And my mom never liked us visiting my grandmom because of she's dancing, as in she's a water priestess. So at certain time, I noticed that my mom told me that my grandmom wanted to give her life to Christ, that she has decided to follow Jesus. Me, I don't know. What concern me, I don't know anything. So she said that the whole children have talked to her and she has decided that she wants to now be a Christian. That was how, if you people know this man in Warri, for those of you that live in Delta State, and God Grace Ministry, Bishop of the whole world. I'm sure you guys know him very well. Now, so my grandmom, because of her children, has been telling her she needs to give her life to Christ, she needs to do this, she needs to do exactly Mimi Yeri. Yeah, I have people that know that are following here. Now, because the children have been disturbing her, they don't like the fact that their mom is not going to church, their mom is, according to them, their mom is practicing serving idol, they don't like it. So my grandmom just wanted to please her children, the heart of a mother. So she agreed to go to church. I can still remember, as at that time I was a bit grown. I was yes, I was grown. So we all went to the church and my grandmom gave her life to Christ. Now they followed my grandmom back home and they burnt her shrine. Now they burnt her shrine. Greetings, darling. They burnt my grandmother's shrine and packed everything and burnt them. Now everybody was happy that my grandmom has given her life to Christ. After that incident, my grandmom did not stay up to 1 month again. She became dumb and she became deaf. She was seriously sick because of that event. Because they burnt her shrine, she became very sick and she became deaf. Eventually she became even blind and she passed. She didn't even live again. After that incident, she passed. Now, let me tell you something. While my grandmom was practicing that as a priestess, all her children were doing well. My mom she had a big shop. She She was driving cars. She had cars. I didn't grow up as a child that was suffering. I grew up as a wealthy. I grew up in a wealthy home. I was among those children that in my estate, we were the first children to have bicycle and those kind of things, because my father was working in an oil company called Slumberger as at that time. So I didn't grow up in a poor home. I grew up as a rich kid. Because why? My grandmom was practicing African spirituality, and the fact that my mom was going to church while my grandmom was practicing African spirituality, everybody was successful, everybody was doing well. So when my grandmom passed, breeze blow Fawanyash open. When my grandmom passed, gradually things started going left. My mom that used to have a very big tailoring shop, the shop crumbled. How it crumbled, she could not explain. She lost her car, all her gold, she started selling it. All her siblings started going through difficulty. Now, I was not still understanding it as at that time, right? Now, my mom as at that time still felt like it was church that was giving her that wealth as at that time. She didn't know that it was the rituals that her mom was doing as a water priestess that was covering the whole children. So when she passed, things stopped working. At a point, my father lost his job from the oil company. Life started telling on us, right? Now, I went to the university. Before I got admission into the university, I saw hell. It's either my JAMB score did not come out. I went through, when I mean I went through hell before I got admission. I didn't know that I was a different one. So I went to school, I was having issues in school like that, and I didn't give up. I was struggling. I would push myself, you know. And I had a relationship that was going well, and at a point the relationship went south. Okay, now when it was now time as a young lady that it was time for me to get married, right? It was time for me to get married. I noticed that I would be in a relationship and everything will be working well, but after a while, for no just cause, the relationship will break. I will go into another one because I was a very beautiful lady. I was very shapy as a young girl. So I was always, guys were all over me. I wasn't that kind of lady that would say I don't used to see toasters. In fact, now me they chase them. Do you understand? So, but my relationships were not working. And when I asked this, when I asked the guys, they would say nothing. No, you are a good person, but some will not even tell me. Some will just go, you know. So I found out that it was becoming a pattern, and I didn't understand as at then. So I started going to prophetic churches because I felt like there was something about me that was stopping me from getting married, or things were not working. I now said, okay, let me be good. I just wanted to know what the problem was in my life. Thank you, Sheon. So I started going to prophetic churches, and I noticed that for every prophetic church I go to as at that time, it's either the pastors want to be sexually intimate with me, or the prophets will suddenly tell me that they are the ones that would unlock the power I carry, you know. They always told me that I'm a great woman, and I had I had wealth, I had different things, and they will want to, before I know, they're asking me out, they want to be intimate with me. So the thing was now making me feel a certain kind of way, and I didn't have that mother that I could share all these things with. Like, so my mother was a very religious person. She loved church very much, and the reason why my mother buried herself into church was because of the background where she's coming from, because she knows her mom was a water priestess. She knew all these things, but she never wanted to indulge. So she felt like the best way to separate herself from this ancestral spirit was to be buried into Christianity. So I grew up with a praying mom. I grew up with a mom that would make all of us fast, right, from tender age. I grew up with that kind of parent. I grew up in a home that you must fast. You must wake up and do midnight prayer. I grew up in that kind of home. So, when I was looking for a solution, the only place I was going to as at that time were churches. So, I noticed that for every time I was going to church with high expectation, the pastor or the prophet want to be intimate with me, but I don't know how I'm going to share it with my mom, because I felt my mom was never going to believe me, because of she's a very religious person. My mom is that person that whatever pastor tells her is what she believes. Do you understand? Let me turn on this light. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can get good lighting. I'm going to leave the lighting like that. Let me see if they would restore power. Now, my mom was that kind of person that anything pastor tell her, that's how it is. So I didn't know how to go and relate with her to tell her that this pastor is asking me out. This pastor is asking me out. So I would rather keep it to myself. So sometimes she would tell me that you need to go. See, mothers, learn from my story. Don't push your daughters to meet pastors in the verge of they need to do deliverance for them, because some of all these pastors are pedophiles, and they are very, very deadly. That's the word to use. They just want to be sexually involved with you as an individual that has a special spiritual gift. So as at that time, I didn't even understand myself. So when I go to these pastors, they want to be intimate with me. I come home, I'm feeling drawn, because I was that child that was very quiet. I wasn't that child that was very outspoken. I was very reserved, right? So when I was meeting all these pastors and they would tell me these things, I would be quiet. I wouldn't tell my mom. I would just be quiet. I would be thinking about it. I would be wondering how a man of God wants to sleep with me, and they say we should keep our virginity till we get married. You know, all those kind of things. So the thing used to eat me up inside, and I would be thinking a lot that, why is this pastor wanting to sleep with me, and they will tell us in church that we should not be intimate until marriage, you know. So the thing was giving me concern. Now, I finished school, and as at that time I finished school, I didn't even know my call had started then, because my call started at age 18. I didn't know. So when I finished school, I wanted more in life, right? And now, because my elder brother stays in Lagos, so he asked me to come to Lagos. My elder brother was working in conga.com as at that time. So he asked me to come to Lagos, and I came to Lagos, and he pushed for me when there was slots in conga.com as at that time. And when I was working in conga.com as at that time, they were paying me, I think, 50,000 naira then. That was what they were paying me. 2017 and 2016 as at that time. So I came to Lagos. I started working in conga.com as their content creator. We used to be the ones, I used to be among the people that will upload those images on their site. So I was working there. But you know, when you have a call, you will always be drawn to spiritual things. You don't know how you have this urge to you just feel like there is more about yourself that you don't know, that you want to find out. When you are a chosen one, that feeling just keeps coming. You find yourself wanting to go to a prophetic church, or you want to hear something, because there is more about yourself that you feel like there's more about yourself you needed to know. So while I was working in conga.com, I now found this prophetic church I saw the church on DSTV. Is it DSTV or Bigo TV? This church started as Liberation City. Now that church was managed by this pastor Chris Okafor at Ojodu Bega. I don't know if you people know that church, right? So I went to that church because I saw that the man was giving prophecy and people were confirming the church. Every time I'm always sitting down, I'm watching his program. I said, oh boy, so somebody will just be there and they will just call your name in the church. I was very intrigued. So I told my brother, I said, is this church I want to be going to now? My brother, at that time, my brother was staying at Ojota. So I would take transport from Ojota and I would go to Ojodu Bega. Now, the very first time I went to the church was so full that I could not even, as I was outside in the canopy. So I went to the church and eventually I saw that they were doing like, I've forgotten what they call it, a particular program that they do if you want to have one-on-one with the man of God, right? So I registered. As at that time, I don't know, I can't remember the exact amount I paid, but I paid money and I registered. Now, when I had the opportunity to see the man of God, as at that time, immediately he saw me, he asked me, where is your mother? And I told him my mom was in Delta State. And he said that, why is this big python following you? I looked at him. It was strange. Python. I turned, I looked around me. Python. Where is this man seeing python? He said, where's your mother? I said, she's in Delta State. He said, your mother has a lot to tell you. In fact, see me after this session. So after the session, I called my mom and I told my mom that this is what the man of God said. Oh. And my mom was like, they see that python, see they follow you. I got intrigued, like, what does she mean by that python, see they follow you? She now said that, so have you seen him? I said, I've not seen him. I'm waiting for the man to see me. So as at the time when he finally got to my turn, I went to see him. He now told me that we needed to be friends. You know, he did not talk about the prophecy he gave me as at that time. So he just said we needed to be friends. And I was shaking in his presence because why? I was that girl that saw him like, you know, there's something Christianity does to you that it makes you worship people, you know. So because I have seen how he gives prophecy and people confirm and people are urging to see him, there was this certain fear I had around him while I was in his office. So by the time he finished talking, I needed to be close to him, and if I have any problem I should come and meet him and stuff like that. So I went back home. My mom asked me what he told me. I told her that he didn't tell me anything. No, I couldn't tell her that the man of God said we should be friends, right? So she now told me that I will need to do deliverance soon. And I said, She said, yes, that for them to be seeing python following me, I still need to do deliverance. So she now said, okay. I said, okay, no problem. I will come over to Warri. So I told my brother that I needed to travel. I took permission from work and I went to Warri. Now, my mom, because of, let me tell you people one truth. 98 or 99.9 people, members, 99.9 of the people going to MFM are because of water spirit that they are going through. Majority of the people that are going to these churches, MFM, chosen, all this prophetic church, all this church that they pray against, they do a lot of prayers, is because of what? They are going through a lot of spiritual problem from the marine world. That is why you find out that most of their prayers are targeted at the enemy or the marine world, because most of their members are suffering these things. So my mother asked me that I needed to go for deliverance as at that time. What is my own? Me, I don't know that I was a special one. So I went to MFM. My mom took me to MFM and I had deliverance. Now, you know, when you are going for their deliverance session, you won't wear anything. You go as you are, right? 3 days, that is their deliverance. Is the headquarters that is 5 days. So the branches are 3 days, dry fasting. So anytime I go for the deliverance, I notice that once they start praying for me, right, they will be dragging my hand and say, we pull you that ring, we pull every marine ring, we pull. They will drag they will be dragging my toe, that they remove the marine ring from my leg. They separate me from the marine world. You know, they were always doing that. But me, I don't understand. They will always say, every spiritual husband, pray against spiritual husband. I will be praying against it. Because why? I wanted to get married, because I was that girl that said, I will get married early, I will have my children early. Before the age of 30, I am done, I am married. That was my dream as a young girl. So I will do that deliverance and I will go back home and start my life. Now, I now started worshiping in that church that I went to. I don't want to be calling the name of the church. Now, so I started going to that church. I will go to that church. Now, that church also had deliverance session. So while I was working in that church, working in Conga, so the man of God now reached out to me sometime, told me to see him. I went to see him. He now told me that he noticed that, where do I work? I said, I work in Conga. He now said, God said I should come and work in his ministry. Right? That God said I should come and work in his ministry. That God wants to use me very well. That I am called by God. So because me, I was always drawn to spiritual things. I was excited because I'm a spirit coco. I like church. I like things of God. So I resigned from conga.com and I went to start working in that ministry. Now, because I was that child, that girl, that lady, that I was very good with the internet. I was very good with the internet because of where I worked in conga.com. So I knew how to maneuver the internet very well, because we were doing social media ads in Conga now. All those things, I knew how to do it. So I was one of the people that first brought that man to the internet. I started handling his Facebook page. I was handling I created Facebook for him. I created all the social media for him, because why? I was now working as the social media person, right, in that church. So he started paying me. As at that time, he was paying me 100,000. So it was like 50,000 above my initial salary in Conga. But one thing I was doing as at that time while I was working with that man, that church, prophetic church, was that I was into weight loss. I knew they used to show me things about with leaves. I don't know how. I don't know how, because the truth is my call is 2 in 1. I'm a water priestess, and I'm also an earth priestess. So that they used to show me leaf herbs. I know a lot of plants, especially foreign plants, because I was somebody that was vast. So when they show me this thing, right, I will search, I will know the English name. I didn't know the Nigerian name, but I was knowing the foreign names. And somehow I started doing I started practicing Dr. Sebi's diet. I became a vegan. From vegan, I now started doing what do they call these people that Dr. Sebi, what do they practice? As in alkaline. I started doing alkaline diet. So I wasn't eating meat. I was doing pure alkaline diet. I was eating mushrooms, and those things made my vision to be very deep. So as at then, I didn't even know I had a call. So because I wasn't eating meat, I wasn't eating those things, I was eating vegetables, I was eating fresh fruits. Those were the things I was eating at that time. So my dreams were very clear and vivid. So they will always show me things, and I will put the things together and make something. I had my own weight loss. I had my own weight loss product. I had my own weight loss tea. I had fiber. I had a lot of product out there. I was doing well, right? My business was booming. I had a weight loss group that people knew me then for my weight loss. It was called Jessie Weight Loss as at that time. People knew me a lot on social media because of that very weight loss coach I was. So I was doing weight loss coach, and I was also working in the ministry with this pastor as a social media head. So all those his videos that you people see that they do miracle and all those things, I was the one posting those things because I was the social media person. So I was always posting the miracles and the prophecies on Facebook, and then I brought him to social media as at that time. Now, one thing I noticed is that when I started working with that man, that was when I hit my first 1 million naira. Now, guess what? I got to understand that it was because it was like I was still doing, like, it was like I was answering my call as at that time, because I was always going to church. I was always posting. I was always in the church. So it was like I was answering my call because I was called to save souls, right? So everything was working. Like, I wasn't struggling. When I mean I was having money back to back. All my business were booming. I was in money. I was that girl that was giving 10,000 naira every day as church offering. I gave 10,000 naira every day, every Sunday as offering, because I had the money. Because I was working in that church, things were going well for me, right? So it got to a point, my awakening started, and I started questioning the miracles in the church, right? Because I was now, as at then, I travel with this said man of God. I travel with him to Tanzania. I travel with him round the world, because while I was a social media personnel, so anywhere he's going to do crusade, I was going with him. So I was a traveler. So as at that time, I started questioning a lot of things. Now I found out that there was a mad woman by the side of the church, and mad people were getting healed in the church. So I would get home and I would tell my brother, because of how because of how successful I was as at that time. My brother was the photographer for Conga, right? My brother is the people that snap the images. So because of how successful I was, going to that ministry. I pulled my brother out from Congal job and made him the personal photographer for that man of God. So he was the personal photographer. So when the man of God is traveling, he's traveling with myself and my brother. I am his social media head. My brother is his personal photographer. So when my awakening started, when I get home, I will be telling my brother that something is awful. Why is it that the miracle in the church happens inside the church, and that woman outside the church, miracle does not get to her? So I started asking questions, started questioning everything as at that time. Greetings, Joel. When your awakening starts, you begin to question everything about Christianity. That was what was happening to me as at that time. But I still didn't know that it was because I was the chosen one. That was why it was happening for me like that. So I left. As at that time, I was questioning, and this man of God suddenly saw that I was becoming very inquisitive. So while they were planning to lay me off, I already saw it in my dream that they were ganging up. I saw the meeting. I saw it in my dream, how they held the meeting and said they were going to sack me and lay me off. So that Sunday, they said after service, they were going to sack me and because they gave me a phone, an iPhone to be using as the church, stuff. So I already saw it in my dream. So I already wrote my resignation letter that day. As I went to church that day, I didn't even allow church to close. I dropped my resignation letter. I've already wiped the phone. I dropped the phone. I was done. That was how I left that ministry. Now I left that ministry and I went to stay somewhere far because I didn't want to stay around that place where that ministry was. I went far, same Lagos State. So I noticed that immediately I left the church, my life started going down. I now started focusing on just my business. I was no longer doing things of the spiritual. I wasn't going to church again. I was just focusing on my business as at that time. Now, my business started going down. Things started going down for me. I was no longer seeing money as I used to see. And again, too, I was now kind of moved that, should I go back? Why is it that I left this ministry and everything started going down? And I said, no, I'm not going back. That man is not clean, right? So there was a time I had to travel home. I traveled home, and myself and my dad, we were having a conversation. My dad was just giving me gist. See, if you want to know about yourself, about your spirituality sometimes, dig into your fathers, because mothers, they will take that secret. I don't know why we women, our heart is so deep. We would rather take that secret to our grave. We will not tell our children. If we say we will not tell them anything about this spirituality, they will not tell you anything. So as at that time, my father was just gisting us. So my father was telling us that he used to be very scared when my grandmother was alive. That in my grandmother's house, you will see the physical python. The physical python comes out from my grandmother's shrine. The python comes out and it moves in the house. And nobody touches the python. Nobody kills the python. When the python comes out like that, they act like it's normal. So my father was telling me that I said python used to come out. He said, yes, now. Daddy, my mom not tell us that python used to come out. So I now asked him, I said, so Daddy, why did they not give birth to me in the hospital? He said that messages came that they should not give birth to me in the hospital, that I was to be born in my grandmother's house. My mother did not tell me that part too. So, and now he now told me that when they gave birth to me, that my grandmother put my placenta on the altar. That's to say, my grandmother knew who I was, right, before I was born. But I was never close to her. I'm sure if I was close to her, she would have made me understand who I was before she passed. But my mom never made us close together. It was through my dad I got to understand that this python in my grandmother's shrine comes out physically, right? Now, he told us a lot of things that day. I'm sure if my mom was around, she probably would not even allow that kind of conversation. So, I don't know if they did naming for me. I don't think they did name. It was my grandmom that named me. It was my grandmother that named me, right? My grandmother named me because I was born in her shrine as at that time. Now, life started going on, right? I didn't know I have a call. So, I would dream. I would see certain kind of things I don't understand. I would tell my mom. I was always doing deliverance. I was always doing deliverance back to back. I was always doing deliverance back to back. Because of, I just knew that things were not working for me. And it's like my mother knew I was this child that was different. So every time she was always registering me for deliverance. She was always taking me for deliverance. She was always taking me for deliverance. So when I got married and immediately I got married, the marriage didn't work for 2 months. If other people want to deal with you, they don't send you. My marriage crashed after 2 months. I would ask him, okay, what happened? He would just tell me, you see this marriage, I can't go on with this marriage. I don't love you anymore. It's not working for me. You have to call it quits. And I would cry. I would weep because as at that time, he wasn't based in Nigeria. He was based in, thank you very much, Amadi. He was based in the United States. So he would call me, he would insult me, he would tell me everything. I had very low self-esteem because of how he used to bully me and put me down, but he never hits me at any time, right? Now, one thing I didn't know was that this same man I was married to as at that time knew who I was already, but he didn't tell me. You see, some of all these men, they know who you are, but they won't tell you. Now, he used to always tell me that my mom is a witch, that my mom is the one doing us. Now, the reason why he was saying that was because my mom has a call as well, but she didn't answer the call. Right? Now, he was always telling me that I am evil, that I should go and sort myself in my family. Now, he tells me these words and I will cry because as a Christian, I didn't even understand what was going on, why he was saying those things to me. So, as at that time, I was based in Benin City. And when I got married, he moved me from Lagos to Benin City, right? So I was staying in Benin City GRA, and I didn't know anybody there. I didn't have anybody there. And this man that I was married to was abroad. He wasn't here in Nigeria with me. So I met a friend as at that time, and this friend practices African spirituality, but still goes to church. He still goes to Winners Church. So when he came to see me as at that time, he said, that this my case is not normal. That how can I just get married 2 months and the man is saying he doesn't want, that he thinks it's a spiritual case. And I said, me, I don't know, because I'm coming from a Christian home. So because they said that I know people have told me that I need to serve God. As at that time that I was in Benin, as at that time, I started going to Winners Chapel. And in Winners Chapel, they told me I had the call of God on my head. I registered to be a pastor. I did the WOF B1, WOF B2, WOF B3 to be a pastor. I've already completed all the WOF B. For those of you that know WOF B, that's their pastoral school. I've gone through the series, the sessions, right, to be a pastor. Now, so when the guy came to me as at that time and told me that this my case is spiritual, oh, that I need to, it's not this one I'm going to church, oh. Me, I've never been to a spiritualist home before. The only spiritualist I know is my grandmom, and I didn't used to even go there to do any ritual with her. So he said that I shouldn't worry, that he would take me there. Now, this guy told me that the place is in Benin Republic. I said, okay, fine. I was ready because I was tired. I wanted solution. Why is my marriage failing after 2 months? I needed something. I needed something that I could hold on to. I never wanted to be that lady that her marriage would fail. I didn't want people to laugh at me. I wanted to fix my home. So he told me to prepare as at that time. I now packed my ajo. I packed my ajo and I headed with him to Benin Republic. Now we got to the place in Benin Republic, and everywhere started looking like my grandmother's shrine. Immediately I got to the place, I told him, I said, this place looks like my grandmother's shrine. He said, really? I said, yes. I said, why am I seeing things I've always been seeing in my grandmother's house? He said, well, let's see the lady. Now we met this lady. The problem I had was that this lady speaks French. I don't understand French. I speak English. So the guy now brought a medium. The guy brought, sorry guys, I had a call. All right. So the guy brought a medium to interpret for me. So the man told the woman why I came. My marriage is scattering, things are not working out for me, he doesn't know why. And the woman did consultation. As she was doing the consultation, she was screaming. So I didn't understand why she was screaming, because she was speaking French. So the lady now, the guy that was interpreting now said that the woman is saying that I'm a strong water person. Oh, that I was not like, yes, I know I'm a water person because my grandmom practiced. I was not even telling the woman that my grandmom did this thing that she does. I didn't even know that I had a call to do this water thing, or to be a priestess. So I was telling him, I said, yes, that I know that is in my lineage, because the woman was saying it's in my lineage. I said, yes, that she's correct because my grandmom did this kind of things. So she said that there is a woman, she said there's a woman. She didn't tell me that I had colo. She said there is a woman that is dragging my husband with me. My husband has been locked in the bottle. We need to do work. I said, okay, fine. I was ready because I wanted to fight for my home. As a wife, who wants to lose her home? So the woman, I paid the money. She said they were going to buy some things. She went to buy materials for the work, and she bought pupu yeke duck fowl. I don't know if you people know what is pupu yeke duck. So she brought a male duck and a female duck. And as at that time, I don't know anything about spiritual work now. So when they brought the dog, she wanted to start the work. The female one died. And she looked at me and said, hey, I am lucky that death was following me. That was why this female dog died. That they need to get another one and like replace for me, that that God that just saved me. Me self, I was not even scared. I said, who wants to now buy me now? She said, it's the woman that is following my husband that wants to buy me. Hi. I now became more serious with the work. So she said that we needed, after that ritual, she bought other thing, we needed to go to the water. So she said we'll go to the water in the night. I was scared, but every man must survive. Every way is a way. I must get results. I was just after results because I was tired as at that time. So she prepared me in the night. At about 9:10, we went to the water. Now, because I was somebody that was scared of the water, you know something I've noticed, if you are owing water spirit, you will be scared of water. If you are owing your water people, you will be scared of water. So I was scared. I was scared of the wave. I was scared. But she now, because she's a priestess, she wasn't scared. So we approached the beach at Benin Republic. You know, Benin beach is their beach is clean and the current is high. Do you know that I noticed something? It was like immediately I stepped, she told me to come now. I went close to the water. I was far from the water. This water came with wave. The current came to where I was standing. Like the water came to me. And the woman looked at me and said, oh yeah, now they've called you. Yeah, let's go. I was scared. I was still scared. I followed her. We did that ritual that night. And we went back. So I was to travel back to Lagos the next day. Me now was happy that, okay, now I have done the ritual. My marriage will be restored. Things will start working, right? Because the woman assured me that everything is fine. Now I went back to Nigeria. She told me when I get to Nigeria, I should call my husband, right? And he would respond to me normal. He won't. Queenie, yeah, they came and took you off your feet when we were doing your work too. Do you understand? So I went back with high expectation. That's why my problem was solved. I still didn't know I was a chosen one as at that time. So when I got to Benin City, I was happy. I picked up my phone and I dialed my husband's number. Come and see insult. It was like I went to untie the insult that was tied before. This man started insulting me, cursing me. God, the hatred doubled. The hatred he had for me now. Why you people laughing? I'm telling you my story. You people are laughing. It's not fair. It's like the problem doubled. He insulted me, insulted my mother, insulted my family. I should get out of his house. Ha! I now started crying. I now called the woman back. I said, Ma, this thing did not work. Oh, this thing has turned, it has gotten worse. So she said it's not possible. How can she, that is not possible? I should come back. I should come back. Hey! Before I know, the ajo that I packed that was still left with my hand. See, let me tell you something. When you have a spiritual calling, right, and you are getting it wrong, the spirit that called you will make sure that you waste every resources that you have. Because why? You did not ask them or inquire from them before going into that spiritual path. So the woman now told me that I should come back. I should come back. That it's not possible. I went. Now, because I was close to my sisters at that time, I told my sister what I was doing. My sister said she will follow me. That she too, she wants to do work for herself. So my sister followed me to Benin. We now went together. When we got there, She now told me that that she's surprised though, that this work is supposed to go. What is the problem? This woman still did not tell me that I had call. She started another work. She told me to write his name in the paper. She did a lot of rituals, did a lot of things, right? So she finished it. She now told me that the next day I should call him there. I should call my husband before I travel back. So the next day, after the whole ritual, I now called him. He now said, you are very mad. As I'm seeing you, I'm sending my brother. You people should leave my house. As in, the thing became worse. And I told this woman, I cut rope for the woman. I told this woman that I'm going to beat her up there. That I will beat her up there if she does not find solution to my problem. That what kind of thing is this? I will be doing work and the work is spoiling. That the man never even used to talk to me like this. Now the thing is getting worse. Because of, see, let me tell you something, The woman is old and she's somebody that is sure of her spiritual works. So she's wondering why the work she's doing for me is not working for me. Because let me tell you, if your time for your call has reached, if you do all the spiritual work in this life, it will backfire against you. No one, you will not see result from anyone. So the way I threatened her, and she didn't know now. You see, let me tell you, just like you are asking now, why was she hiding the truth from me? Not that she was hiding the truth from me, but she didn't know. There are some people that it is not in their gift to discover that somebody has a call. So I was going to somebody that I was probably bigger than, that could not see my realm that I had a call. So when she does all those things, she cannot see that it is God that is doing me. She was just seeing the battles that were on her level. Do you understand? So when I threatened her as a worried babe now, I cut rope. I was no longer quiet because that man don't rake me. I wasn't doing well again in church now. I was going to church, but I wasn't doing well. Don't you understand the story? I wasn't doing well. So she now told me, she begged me that she should not worry, that she will invite her brothers that are DBS, that I should just wait. The next day, my sister said that she's going. Now, because when we got there, my sister's menstrual flow just started. So my sister could not do the work directly. Now, they now asked me that, so that I will represent my sister, I should wear her clothes and go into the shrine and do her work. Me, I didn't know that I was the chosen one. Anything I say as a priest, I didn't know. But anything I say with my mouth spiritually, that is what it is. I didn't know, right? Now, I wore my sister's clothes and I went to do the work for my sister. Guess what? My sister now told me that she cannot stay with me because she needed to go back. My own work don't dey waste time. So my sister traveled back. That work I did, that prayer and work I did for my sister, representing my sister, it picked up immediately. She went back. But my own no work. My sister own picked up. I was wondering. So the woman I invited 4 of her DBS, our brothers that are DBS. They came there. She said everybody will put their powers together and work for me. So when they came, they now told me that there was a particular ritual they will carry for me in that a particular forest. That if they take that ritual into the forest, anywhere my husband is in this world, he must come back home. Right? He must come back home and he must behave himself. I was happy because I didn't want my marriage to break. So they did the whole ritual and I was awake. They told me not to sleep. When it was 1 o'clock, the 4 of them stepped out. into the evil forest, the forest that they said that they will go and drop that ritual. There's a particular deity inside that forest. Women don't go there. So it was only the 4 Dibias that went there in the midnight for me. Now, I was happy. So they took the sacrifice and they went. We were waiting for them. We were waiting for them. They now came back around past 3 o'clock. They carried the sacrifice back. So the woman, honey, you're laughing. The woman, me and the woman was shocked. Like, why did they bring the sacrifice back? They now told us that they've not seen this kind of thing before in their life. That when they got to the place, why are you laughing, Oluwaseun? That when they got to the entrance of the forest, a big python came and crossed the road. That the python came and crossed the road. They did all the incantation. They did everything they knew to appease. They knew that that python was a deity, was a spirit. But why the spirit was blocking the road, they didn't understand. So they did everything they could. The python did not leave the road. It was a very big python. As they just came back and said python, hey, I just burst cry. In my head, I now remember that python that pastor told me that is following me. I now remember the python that my father said used to come out in my grandmother's shrine. And I said, this python has followed me to this place again. This python don't want me to do my work. God. The people, the Dibia said they could not pass, so they had to come back. You know, there are certain people I need to block. Because why? Religion has blocked their mindset. Please, if you are my moderator on this live, please be active, because there are some Christians here that are what? Very daft. That we just need to block them. You know, I don't like all those kind of things on my life. So the men, the 4 Dibias came with the sacrifice. I burst into tears there. I said, God, this is the end of it. Greetings, darling. That if these 4 Dibias could not do this work, that means where do I want to start my problem from? The woman now told me that there's nothing, she doesn't know again, no. She doesn't know how she will do this work. Or the 4 Dibias said, there's nothing they can do. That was the last option. Now, what I got to understand is the python that blocked that road, right, are my water people. The python that blocked that road from those Dibias to what? Not to go into that place are my water people, because they know that if I stay with that man, that's what? That they want to do that union, everlasting union together, it will be very difficult for me to fulfill my destiny. Because that my ex-husband happens to be a church rat in Winners Church. Do you understand? So if they had allowed that, if they had allowed that work to go through, my destiny will be changed. So my water people blocked that, because any ritual you give to that deity must answer. And my water people know. That's why they blocked it, so that the Dibias will not have access. I had to go back to Nigeria. I went back to Nigeria heartbroken, and that was where the marriage finally broke. The marriage ended. I was faced with reality. Now, because I have already there is a level I have already gone, right, with spirituality. It was my spiritual portal was already open. Why? Because I have gone to a spiritualist. I have done spiritual work. Now there Shege Pro Max started. And now that same person that took me to Benin Republic now told me that there was something, he went somewhere that they told him things about me. That am I sure that I'm not who I think I am. That he will connect me to one Sabbath man. So as he said Sabbath man, I was happy. I was like, Sabbath, at least my solution would come. That was how the man connected me to Sabbath man. Now this Sabbath, I was in Benin. This Sabbath man was coming from Lagos. So I was to pay for his hotel bill. I paid for his hotel bill. All the money when I don't get, I dey save. All of them, they enter wrong spiritual work. I paid for his hotel bill. He told me that the work was going to be for 4 days. So I paid for hotel bill for him for 4 days. Because why? I was already going through a lot financially and otherwise. And I had responsibilities that I needed to attend to. Now, this man told me that I needed to buy the spiritual items. Now, this man told me that every spiritual item I will buy has to be male. I didn't know why. I didn't have an understanding of spirituality. I was coming from the church, so I didn't even know how it was being done. So everything I went to buy in that spiritual market were all male. I didn't know that this man has seen my star and seen how great I will be. He wanted to switch my destiny. That was why he told me to buy everything male. As far to cowries, I bought everything. He told me to buy chair. He told me everything. Now, when he came, he now took me to the water in Benin. He took me to the water. This is a Sabbath prophet I'm talking about. Oh. He took me to the water. Now, I didn't know how water work was being done. I didn't know how anything about it, you know. He now told me, I took the chair inside. I took the chair into the water. He brought the goat, male goat, and told me I sat on the goat and I strangled the goat and bite the goat inside the water. And he rubbed my body with red palm oil. He did a lot of rituals for me in that water. Right? And he told me, I didn't know he was what? Switching destiny. Everything he told me to say, I will say. He told me to what? Recite some Sabbath ritual, some Sabbath languages I will recite. I was just doing the work because I wanted solution. So I was doing it. I didn't even know the repercussion of what I was doing. He said that was how I would be good with my water people. Now I did those work. And I paid his transport back to Lagos. That was where my problem started from. After that work, this guy, what he did was like, he cut me off from my water people. Do you understand? There was already a blockage. I could no longer dream. I could no longer see anything. I didn't understand myself anymore. I had lost a lot of spiritual gift I had as at that time. I suffered. I always say something. It is better you don't even indulge in spiritual work at all than for you to go and make mistake. It is better you stay where you are and be suffering, right? Because of this journey, than for you to go and say you are looking for solution and go and indulge in spiritual activities and get it wrong. You will suffer. I suffered. I could no longer pay the rent, and the rent that my so-called husband as at that time put me was 800,000 naira as at that time in Benin. Yeah, I won't see money pay rent. Marriage don't scatter. I could no longer pay the rent of the house. I had to find my way to come back to Lagos, because it was Lagos I knew how to hustle. It was Lagos. So I struggled, and I came back to Lagos. When I came back to Lagos, I was at my lowest. I could not feed. I could not eat. I could not do anything. Life was hard. I was planning. I tried several times to take my life as at that time. I drank sniper. I drank sniper. Sniper turned to water. See, if you have a spiritual call, right, and you try to buy yourself, just know that you cannot buy yourself. If you have a spiritual call and you try to buy yourself, you cannot buy yourself, because the spirit that is only the spirit that sent you here that can what buy you. I drank sniper because I was tired. I was tired as at that time. That was the time that NSPPD started. I now started attending NSPPD. I started attending NSPPD. Because to me, I went this way. I went to African spirituality side. It became worse. So I decided to go back to God. I decided to go back to the Christianity that I knew. Let me on this light because it's getting dark. Here, let me set it. Please tap on your screen, guys. Thank you. It's because bright now. Thank you very much, darling. So I decided to, because what will I do? I've tried church. I have tried I tried African spirituality. I go juju house. I felt so. I just went back to the one I knew. I went back. I went to NSPPD. I started every morning. I would join NSPPD. From NSPPD, I now bought that prayer ring. I don't know that prayer. If you people, for those of you that go to Mountain of Fire, they have prayer ring. They have the hard covered one. The hard cover. Prayer ring have the soft back and the hard cover. I bought the hard cover. I will wake up from 12 o'clock. I will pray. I will pray from 12 to 4. I will pray. I will lie down on the ground. I will be crying. I will be crying. I will pray. I will pray. Hey God. When I finish praying, I will pray till 4 o'clock. 7 o'clock, NSPPD. I've joined NSPPD. That was how I struggled. Because I needed answers, I now said, this Pastor Jerry Eze, I must go and look for him. Solution must come from my... You know, get how? I traveled to Uyo to go and see Pastor Jerry Eze. As at that time, he was in Uyo. I went to see him. After seeing him, I waited thinking he would tell me what the problem was. Why my marriage scattered, why things are not working for me. And I went to see him, and when it was my turn, he looked at me. He said, okay, young woman, why are you here? I said, things are not working for me. Yes, now. If you are a chosen one, you go work out, unless you don't know what they do you. I said, things are not working for me, oh. And my marriage just scattered. I don't know why my marriage scattered. Because why? My husband, as at that time, was a billionaire. He had companies. He had plenty money, and I was wondering why he was not giving me any money. I was suffering. How can somebody have so much that married me and he's not giving me money? Pastor Eze now looked at me and told me that why sometimes in life the marriage you want is not the marriage God wants for you. He was speaking in parables. I didn't understand what he was saying. That have I prayed about this marriage and know why this marriage is scattering? Sometimes it's not the will of God. He now told me that, okay, I should go and pray. God will reveal things to me and come back after 1 month. I looked at him. I looked at myself. So I traveled to Uyo just for you to tell me to go and pray. You don't see anything for me. Nothing. The thing pained me. I traveled back. I went back. Came back home. I was still planning to go back because that was the period I was now praying. And because of that work I did there, my vision was blocked. So all the prayer, I was not seeing anything. No, I was not hearing anything. that work that man did for me had already blocked my vision. I wasn't seeing anything. I wasn't getting confirmation. I would just cry from morning till night, sing, pray, as in bind the ones that needed binding. When it was time for me to go back to Pastor Jerry Eze, that was when NSAS now started. So I could no longer travel to go and meet him. I could no longer travel to go and meet him. That was how I didn't go again to meet him. I now became very hopeless. I was asking myself, how did I come to this life? What did I come and do in this life? Can't I just go? Which kind of life is this? I was tired. I needed to go. I was tired. But you know, in all my tiredness and frustration, right? Deep down in me, there was still this urge that was still telling me that you need to do something spiritual. There is something about you that you need to find out. There is something about you. So the moment I would tell myself that I'm not doing anything spiritual work again, I've said it today. Tomorrow, if I find one spiritualist, I've jumped there. Because why? I feel drawn to spirituality. I feel drawn to it. Even when I've lost all my money, I've lost everything, they've duped me, I say I will not do it again. I could not stop. That was how I now entered the worst. The biggest thing that happened to me was that I now entered this TikTok. God. Hey, God. I don't know who brought me to TikTok. That was when I entered from fry pan to fire. Inside this TikTok. See, if you don't know yourself as a spiritual person, and you enter TikTok trying to look for your way, you will sink. When I came into TikTok, I don't even know what brought me into. I don't know how. I know TikTok was on my phone, but I didn't know how to use it. I don't know how, and those out of boredom, I was clicking all the app. That's how I entered TikTok. As I entered TikTok, I was like a girl that just lost her virginity and say, wow, is this the way sex is? Because why? I was seeing spiritualists everywhere. I say, see spiritualists that I'm looking for who will do my work. See them, they're everywhere. Then, when I entered TikTok, they were always holding this fan, this open and close. That's what was raining in TikTok at that time. It's not like now that you have warmer water to teach you and make you understand what you were going through. Nobody was really teaching us at that time. Even the ones that were teaching in Igbo. And I was not Igbo, so I couldn't even follow up with what they were saying. Most of them were not teaching in English. So I couldn't relate with what they were saying. It's not like now that you people will come to Oma Water page and you people are having clarity. Because why? I teach about what spirituality is. When I entered TikTok as at that time, there was nobody teaching. Even the ones that were teaching were speaking Igbo. They were all open and close. So I sat down there, I will stay, I will look at them, I will see that they are giving people message. I wanted to know. I will join them. I didn't know I was playing with fire. I didn't know that it would have been best I deleted that app from my phone. That was how I started going from one spiritualist to another on this place. I started going from one spirit. I will enter this page, I will be amazed. I will enter this page, I will be amazed. I was like, eh? So all these people are real. Like, there are spiritual people everywhere like this. And I've been suffering. I was excited. I was waking up. I was looking forward to waking up in the morning and coming to join their life. Let them just tell me what is going on with me. That was how I met one here on this TikTok. Unfortunately for me, she is Yoruba. And she stays at Ikorodu. as at that time. You see, the number of witches in that Ikorodu is God that will save us. The number of witchcraft, witches in that Ikorodu, is God that will save us. That was how I went to I'm telling you the truth. I met this spiritualist here on TikTok. So I was happy. I was excited. At least she's in Lagos. She's in Lagos. I finally found the answers to my problem. I chatted her. She said we needed to do consultation. I ran around, begged people. I got the 10,000 naira. I paid her for consultation. And she told me that you have 10 Orisha on your head. You have Obatala. You have this. You have Shongo. The thing just... She told me a lot of things. How great I am, how I have wealth, how my wealth is, I need to do this work. Now, there is a difference between doing consultation and making the people to understand who they are. Consultation is not just to tell the person to do work. Make me understand why I am going through this. Now, she didn't even, it's not like now we see you and I will tell you have a call. It's call that is doing you. Do you understand? Now, she told me that I needed to settle my water people. My water people are angry with me. I have stayed too late. I have done this. I have done that. So she told me that I needed to come and do my spiritual work. That was how I ran around, borrowed money. I borrowed money because there were thousands of naira, right? I borrowed money. I went to Ikorodu because she made me feel like if I do this work, my life will be arranged. Things will balance up. All these things I am going through, I won't go through it anymore. Because I was wondering why the same business I used to do before that gives me so much money, right? Stop giving me money. It was like they covered my business. The same people that used to patronize me suddenly don't even chat me again. I could not eat, right? If they give me money, if money comes to my hand, it's just money to eat, right? Money to do something I would not see. It's only money to eat to keep me alive that I was getting. So I borrowed money, struggled here and there, borrowed money, and I went to meet this lady in Ikorodu. Now, the whole process started. The first thing that they did to me as at that time, because me, I'm Yoruba, and I don't know how it is done. I don't know whether Yoruba and spirituality is different from, I don't know. I just needed solution. One thing I will tell you is that if you have a spiritual calling and your time is due, don't be desperate. Because out of being desperate, right, to leave your present predicament, you will fall into wrong hands. One thing that you should do and know, when you have a calling, you take it one step at a time. I was what? Desperate. I was what? I needed to get answers. I needed my life to get back to normal. So I went to this woman. Sorry, I need to wipe my screen. Now I went to this lady and the ritual started. Now the very first thing they asked me to do was that they needed to scrape my hair. I said, you scrape my hair? She said, yes, that is part of the ritual. That I needed to scrape my hair and I needed to scrape my pubic hairs. Hey! The thing shocked me. I became uncomfortable. So she said, okay, if I cannot scrape my pubic hair, I should scrape only my head. I said, okay. I sat down there. They used razor blade to scrape my head. Now, they said the process is that they will now take me, after they finished scraping my hair with razor blade, they brought me to a point where they needed to be beating drums. They said that's how the Yorubas do it. she said this thing that she's doing for me is Oshun initiation. No, that's what she said. Oshun initiation. That's what she said. That me, I'm Oshun. So they brought me out. People were gathered. They were beating drum. Now they said they will beat that drum for you. The drum is to awaken the spirit in you. Any spirit that, any drum beat that you move to, that is the spirit that is following you. So they were beating the drum. Me, I don't even know what was going on again. They were observing me as they were beating the drum. They said I moved to a particular drum beat, and that drum beat was Logun. Logun. So they now started, all of them started celebrating. As at then, they now brought a live goat and unalived the goat on my body. That was for the first time. That's how I knew that animal blood is hot. That's how I got to know that animal blood is hot. So they unalived the animal on my body. And the process started for the ritual. And they now took me into the room after those rituals, the first day. The second day, they now told me that for this, I'm going to be here for 7 days. I'm not going to eat anything that has oil. I'm not going to eat anything that contains palm oil. Right? So for every day, there were some people that came from Abeokuta. Some men. 2 men that came from Abeokuta. The very first day, they came, they did a lot of artwork on my face to my head with native chalk. They did a lot of design. They tied me one rope, put one feather, and put one thing on my head like this, center of my head. So, and I asked them, they said that they are going to be mapping my body like that for 7 days. I'm going to go through that ritual. Every day it moves forward. Every day it moves forward like that. So I was there for the number of days. Now, the thing that got me so traumatized in all this process is that these men, they will come in the morning and be gisting with you, like telling you about spirituality to catch your attention. When you are deep into listening to them, they are chewing alligator pepper and hot drink. Now I sat down there, I didn't know. When they see that your eyes are open, they will spit the alligator pepper and what? Hot drink into your eyes and tell you, I will scream.
Teacher, no brush.
I will scream, I will scream. They will say, I need it, I need to be strong, that they are opening my vision, that's how my vision is going to start. God. At that point in time, it was like my mom. No, you didn't miss much. My mom was getting the sign that something is wrong with my child. My mom now called me. I did not say my mom, I'm going for this ritual. So my mom now called me. She now said, where are you? Where are you? I said, me, I'm in church, oh. That I came for deliverance. She said, deliverance? A mother's instinct is always right. She said, deliverance? I said, yes. She said, okay, I should try and call her back after the deliverance. Now, in that process, when you're in that place for 7 days, you don't use your phone. There are certain times they will take your phone from you. So because I could not call my mother back, my mother suspected that something was up. In the night, she called me. Now I cut rope, follow my mama. I said, Mommy, I have taken my destiny by my hands. I just started telling her, I'm not in any church. I'm in the shrine. I am answering what I came here to do. My mother said, you say? Immediately, my mother called my elder brother. See what your sister is doing. Oh. That one did not even call me. He didn't say anything. When I finished the ritual, I was happy. They now gave me a certain kind of bead after the 7 days. On the 7th day, you will go around. On the 7th day, on the 6th day night, they will take you out, right? They will unalive the animal again to clean that chalk. It's the blood of the animal they will use to clean that whole chalk that they drew on your body for 7 days, right? Before you will bathe. Then the 7th day, you will go around the market carrying a calabash so that people will be gifting you things while you will be praying for them. I did all those things. I was happy that finally my problem has come to an end. I didn't know that I went from fry pan to fire. When I came back home, every night it was like the choker, the beads they gave me, white and yellow. They said I'm Oshun priestess now. It was like I was being strangled every night. It was like that bead was strangling me every night. I didn't understand. I was now waiting for things to pick up. Hey, things now became worse. My life, I will be sitting down here in my house. I will just hear go on top of my roof as if people jumped on top of my roof. Things became worse. I now told the woman that see what I'm experiencing. No, she now told me that it's my father. That is my father that is doing me. Oh, that my father is monitoring me. That I should go and use cloths to cover all the mirrors in my house. That's how I carried cloths. Covered all the mirror in my house. I hated my father. So my father want to buy me abi because I have answered my call now. My father want to buy me. Things was now so bad. Like even me that used to now see small food to eat, I could no longer eat again. I did not rest there. See, let me tell you something. If they do work for you and you know the work did not go through, you will know. Your spirit will be telling you that this work is not. There's something wrong. There's something wrong about this work. Me too, my spirit was telling me that this work did not enter. I did not rest because my spirit was still dragging me to that spiritual part. I still came back to this TikTok again. I came back to TikTok, but this time I will just be observing. And I went to Facebook. When I went to Facebook, I now saw one priestess. At least that priestess is Urobo. And I say, it's good though to do your work with people that you know. It's good, at least. Since I have been doing my work with plenty people, they did not work. Let me go and meet my own people. At least I will get it right. At least they know how my grandmother used to do all these things. My own Igbe people. After all, my grandmother was Igbe. I went to meet Igbe people. That's how I contacted this woman on Facebook. I judge all the matter, everything, not all what I've gone through. I judge it for her. She now told me that, before then, let me not forget something. That lady that did the Oshun work for me was supposed to prepare an Oshun pot. I did never said I'm Yoruba. Are you sure you heard me well? I've never said I'm Yoruba. The lady that said she did Oshun pot for me, she said I needed to. I finished the ritual. She said it would take 2 weeks for her to prepare my Oshun pot for me. So when I came live, I now came back to TikTok. I now met one Urobo priest. So when I entered his life, he now asked me that, what did I do? I said, what did I do? That I answer my call, that they say I have call, I answer it. He said, how did I answer the call? And I told him, the man, it was like, he should just what? Please, guys, did I at any point say I'm Yoruba here? Are you people watching the back of the life? Because I don't understand. I never said I'm Yoruba. People want to distract me. Is that your tactics? So, the guy now, please, anybody that writes that I am Yoruba here, please block that person. Those people are is just their tactics to distract me. I said I am Urobo. I never said I am Yoruba. You people don't listen well. You people are just bringing bad energy here. Ha! God, I beg. I be Urobo and Yoruba don't date the same thing. That's how the man now said that, hey, what did I do?
Continue with your life, man.
Some of you people don't just have sense. That's how that one just came and said, just accept that he's miss of tongue. Some people don't have sense. Eh? I will just go. So I came here on TikTok and I met that Robo Priest. And the guy told me, he said, hey, that only me carried my leg and what? Entered into problem. I carried my leg and entered into problem. I said, how? He now told me that if I like myself, I should not go and carry that Oshun pot. That if I carry that Oshun pot, that's where I will finally by myself. I said, he said that what those people have done, hey, that pot they want to give me, I'll be working for them. They will be controlling my life. Everything, I'm gone for, as in I am gone. So it was like the lady that did the work, she sensed it that there is a different energy. She now called me that my Oshun pot is ready. And I told her that the truth is, I don't want to do this work again. That I've given my life to Christ. That I want to serve Jesus. That my mother said if I do this work, that she will buy me. The woman now said, am I normal? That I cannot leave this pot. I cannot leave this pot. The way she was not taking it, I now got to understand that there was more to that pot. I paid for the pot. If I say I don't want the pot, is there a problem? She is my money. She said that she will destroy me. That I have not seen the problem that I'm going to enter. I should come and carry my pot too. That nobody dares her. As the way the woman was threatening me, this woman started sending me attack. I now told that man, see, let me tell you, in every journey of your life, right? Every point of your life, even if you are going through the wrong path, spirits will direct you. We don't, this life, we don't meet people by coincidence. Nobody that you met in this life is coincidence. Everybody have their assignment in your life. Once they finish their assignment, they will leave you. How the friendship will end though, you don't know. How your path will just stop, you will not know. Everybody have a role to play in your life. If they are still there in your life, that means their assignment is not yet over. That's how I met this guy. This guy now told the guy that, see what the woman is saying. Oh. He said I should come, that the woman is mad. His own sister, that the woman want to threaten. He told me to come. As I saw that man, and he's a young guy, but he's a dibia, as in he's a priest, a robo priest. He has Aziza. So he now told me that I should come to meet him in Nogara. That's why I find transport. He even joined semi-transport. I went to Ogara. this guy did work for me. If you see the attack this woman was sending, back to back, he was sending the attack like this. The other guy will send that. That's how he was fighting battles for me that I did not know. I didn't know that it was my spirit guide that was using him to what? Secure me at that time. That's how this guy fought for me, gave me some incision, fought for me. If not, that woman would have dealt with me. And she now left me. So when she left me now, that guy was now doing some work for me, you know, told me I should be praying like this, I should be doing like this. So I now came back to TikTok. Somebody now gave me message that that what he's seeing is a woman that will do my work, that the work will enter well. That is a woman. So, and I've already discussed my water work with that guy that helped me. But because that person gave me message that is a woman that will do my work, spirit of confusion, I no longer go and meet that man that rescued me that time. I no go and meet the man. I now went to meet Robo. I said, let me go and meet my people. Since after all, it's one of my people that rescued me. Let me go and meet my people. That's how I went to meet this Igbe woman that I met on Facebook. When I went there now, the thing that I don't understand why, as a spiritualist, you just want to do the work. Even when you know that you cannot do this work. You will not tell the person that you cannot do this work, or the person is bigger than you. You just want to do this work. There are certain people that have come to meet me. I told them, go and do this work yourself because your spirit wants you to come yourself. There are certain people that I will tell them, I cannot work for you. You will do it yourself. I will only guide them. Yes, because that's what the spirit said. But some people, out of greed, I don't even know. I met this woman. I met her. I was happy. She told me that I go get table. You know, the way these Igbe people do, that I will have table. Then she now connected me with one guy too, like that. One priest here. One marine priest here that is gay. Marine priest here on TikTok. So 2 of them, you're working for me, right? To answer my call. Omo, these people showed me pepper. They now did the work for me. After I paid, I went to Warri, did the work, and now came back to Lagos. When I came back to Lagos, I set the altar. Every day I go the altar. My life never changed. Debt want to buy me because I don't borrow money. All of them I think do spiritual work. And I called her. And I told her that this work that I did, I'm not seeing result. She now say, which day did you do the work? Give it 6 months. Give it 6 months. When person do water, I go give the water time. Make water bless her. Yes, I'm in Lagos. I was dying, and you say I should give it 6 months. I now went back. You know, when you are going through problem, your mouth will not close. I now contacted somebody too. One of the guys that I met in that woman that was doing work. One of the priests there was finding me attractive, so he was chiking me. So I was complaining to that priest. Every time I would tell him that, see, my water no dey answer me. This work that they did for me, I'm not seeing any result. He now told me that I should come, that he will carry me to go and meet his father. That his father is a dibia. That we will go and meet his father. And I said, okay. I now went back to Warri. This guy now took me to go and meet his father. Right? When I got to his father, I sat down. Forget who spirit call, eh? See, who spirit call. His father now told me that, I now told the man that I don't suffer. He looked at me, shook his head. He said, the spirit, when they follow you, you never even do anything. As the man told me I never do anything, I burst cry. Because I was in debt already, going to millions. And you say I never do anything. I burst cry immediately. I said, Daddy, I get altar for house. So you say I never do anything. I get table. I don't settle my water. He say, my pikin, you never do anything. No. The person when do your work, they use your water till they work. I say they use my water till they work. How is that even possible? He said, yes. That I am just like somebody that is going around in a circle and my answer is in the middle. You know, some of all these old men, when you go and meet them, they will be talking to you in parables and you will not understand what they are saying. I say, sir, did they use my water till they walk? He say, yes, they are using my water to walk. He said, the person when do your work before, they use your water till they walk. Say, make I go ask the woman. Anna calls the woman. I say, ma, are you around? I want to call. She said, no, she's not around. She's not around. She travel. She do this. I told the man. The man said, if I tell her that I'm coming, she will not allow me to come. That I should go. I should not tell her that I'm coming. I should just surprise her in her Ogwa. Her shrine. They call it Ogwa in Delta State. So I listened to the man after I don't cry my life out. The man now told me that it's not only one spiritual husband I have, oh, that I need to, and then I was going around. Nobody ever told me that what I needed to what settle spirit from my father's side, settle spirit from my mother's side. Nobody ever told me. All they used to tell me is you need to settle your water. You need to settle your water. So I never at any point went to my village. It was that man that now told me that me, I be juju wife. Oh, I need to go to my what? My father's village. As a matter of fact, 2 deities are dragging me. That's me. I'm supposed to sit down as a deity priestess. He said, what's the kind of destiny I have? I will not even marry. That if I marry, the man go get your own house, I go get my own house, because I be waiting, wife of the gods. The kind spirit when they follow me, not be here. Oh. Hi! I look the man. I say, I not go marry. Me when like love, I not go marry. I not even want to stand around for that one when they talk. I now said I was going to get to the bottom of this. I now went to my father's village. I did it. What the man said I should do, I did it. Truly, the deity is there. As I got there, they throw cola. Now the man say, you wanted to buy yourself before Abi. It's remaining for you to run mad and they will carry you here. This deity I be calling you since. Where have you been? And they look the man like this. We finished the ritual. I went to my mother's side. The same thing. I settled the deity. I now took the woman that did that work for me on her way. I went to her shrine. I did not tell her I was coming. When I got to the shrine don't change now. They don't paint shrine. Everything is sharp. Now, in Delta State, when you are settling water, right? If you have only Igbe, that's what they call it, that work for you, you will buy chair. And that chair, you will put it in Ogwa. Right? So, I had my own chair because she worked for me. I had my own white chair. So that anytime I come, is that chair I will use. Nobody sits on. Do you understand? When I got there, there was work. like spiritual work. She was using my chair to walk. So when she saw me, she was shocked. I went there. I looked at her. She said, what? That she wanted to call me self. That this my matter. Do you know how complicated my own was? Right? Now, she did the work. It was showing. If I go and do AFA, if I go and do consultation to check whether my work went through, consultation will say, yes, my work went through. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for this gift. You people are not tapping, you people are not gifting, people are just listening to story. Well done, oh, my fellow viewers. So, at every time I go and do AFA to check whether this my water work went through, they will tell me, yes, it went through. But the water, so I know they see anything. It went through because why? She was using the spirit to walk. Right? So she now told me, I said that, see, they tell me, say, see, when you don't suffer for life, if you are worried, if you are from Delta State here, you know that, thank you, you will know that there are certain situations that you will find yourself in. You will not speak correct English again. You will turn to Agbero. I got to a shrine that day. I was not smiling. I saw herself and her fiancé there. She announced to that I have gone places. I said I don't speak correct English. I speak pidgin, right? I said I don't waka. They tell me say my juju dey here. My juju dey for inside your shrine. I say make I call ask you. Now he say, he say my juju no gree follow me, oh. Say she not be waiting that they talk since. Say my juju no gree follow me go Lagos. Say my juju na unmarry. Unmarry na old person. Say unmarry say he no dey travel go far. Say unmarry no dey go far. So what she wanted to tell me is that I need to sell my properties in Lagos and move to Delta State. I say, She said yes, so say that's what my spirit said, that they don't want me to stay in Lagos, that I need to stay in Delta State because my spirit said they're too old, they're not they travel. My spirit not they travel. So when I was carrying the whole things, the spirit refused to follow me. So the spirit stayed in her shrine. I said, very good. I said, okay, so what will happen now? She said I should go and find way now, I should relocate, that she will be looking for house for me in Delta State. I said, okay. I came to Lagos. I put all my property for sale. Because why? I wanted to relocate. I want to do the work now. Because I'm suffering. I put all my property out for sale. When spirits not send you message, they're not going to answer you. Do you know that no matter how cheap I put those items for sale, nobody priced it? Nobody priced my property. No, I was looking for money back to back to sell property. Nobody priced my property. I became very depressed. I now I still came back to this I still came back to this TikTok. They now gave me message that who sent me? Who said that? The spiritualist was not saying that there's something wrong about my work. That my work is not clear. That yes, she says that I'm doing spiritual work, but it has not clear. She now said that altar I have in my house is now a witchcraft zone. That is now a coven. I should go and clear that altar. Now guess what? This woman did not even take me to my water of reincarnation. This woman took me to a water close to my water of reincarnation. They flow together, but it's not my water. So I needed to return those things back to where I took them from. Are you tired, honey? So I needed to return clear the whole altar. I sat down and I was always crying. I will wake up in the morning, I will eat my tears. I will go to bed, I will use my tears to soak my pillow, because I was wondering how I got into so much debt, and this spiritual work I was still not settled. And now woke up one morning, I got angry in my spirit. If you are Robo here, you will know that what they call our staff in Robo is what? Ukejo. The way we Urobos tie our scarf, we normally add cowries to our ofo. That's the way we tie our own. So I picked up the ofo that the woman gave to me angrily. I went outside. I began to lose the whole ofo. I began to lose, and as I was losing it, I was saying, anywhere they tie my water people, I send you back to the water. I lose you, I send you back. You will not answer anybody until I tell you to answer anybody. Anybody that you used to answer before, from today, you will not answer that person again. That as I'm losing this offer, I am sending you people back to the water. I lose you offer, got angry, lost everything. I lost it. And I did Afa. Afa now said that the goddess was now angry that if I must return her water and things back to her water, I must return it with a goat. We I won't see money buy goats. That if not, she will deal with me. Hey God. I was like, God, where will I see money to buy? And if I won't chop when I talk of goats, this altar was in my house bringing me witchcraft. I started looking for money for goats. I looked for money for goats. Sorry, I need to do something. Happy birthday, Fiona. Happy birthday to my daughter. She's turning 18 today. Happy birthday to her. I just noticed she's an adult now. I'm so happy. God blessed me through her. So please help me wish my daughter happy birthday. Thank you guys. So I looked for money for goats. Eventually I got money for goats. I cleared the whole altar. I cleared the whole altar. I packed all the gongoni. If you people know, those of us that are from Delta, you know our altar, we like load. You know we like load. So there were a lot of things that were on my altar. I had plenty things, plenty images on the altar. I cleared everything. I packed the whole altar and took it back to Warri. Back. I went back to return the altar things with a goat. That's how I threw everything back, returned the altar, cleared everything, and I knew I was back to square one. I was back to square one. No altar, nothing. I was like, God, what am I going to do? I still came back to TikTok. They now told me that there was something called Ikwalu, that I needed to do Ikwalu, that I have a lot of abominations on my hand, blah, 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 blah. I contacted my people that I want to do that cleansing. They now told me that if they want to do the cleansing, they are going to flog me. That's how they do it in my place. That we come to the shrine, I will cook for children to eat. Then the children are going to use their hand to eat the food that I cooked and clean their body. They will clean their arm on my body. Everybody that is in the shrine that day will flog me cane until I cry, because that's how the child that I aborted at that time cried too spiritually. Now I see they go flog me. I say I'm not going to do. I I now ask Igbo people, they say, what kind of thing is that? I went to the Igbo side to go and do Ikpoalu. I did Ikpoalu. I did not tell anybody I'm doing Ikpoalu. As I came back to TikTok, the spiritualist, so I went to her life, say, oh my, it's like you did work now. I can see now that your water people have worn you your white garments. Like, you are now wearing white, you are clean. I was happy that for once somebody can now see my white. So after that work, it was like after they've cleansed me of all the abomination, right? Up Nepa. So after they've cleansed me of all the abomination, my water people could now connect with me directly. I started dreaming back. So I now heard that woman that did the work, that said that I should come and sell my property. I now heard that her shrine caught fire. One part of her shrine burned. I said, very good. Very good. I was happy. I was very happy. So I started dreaming. I started connecting back to my water people. After that Ikpoalu, I did. Very, very important too. Some of you just need that cleansing. If you want to do it, you can still contact me. I will link you up, right? So I now did it. In the dream, I now saw where a lady came to meet me and told me that I have suffered enough. That they told me, they took me around this journey because I am to crown queens and kings. And that I should come and meet them by myself. I did not understand the dream. As at then, I was alone. So I normally, because I didn't know how to go about my spiritual journey, and I was already getting so used to TikTok, I would come on TikTok, I would rant. I would rant about how people used to dupe me, all this my story. People that were following me then, I've said this story before. So I was always coming to rant. Now, one of the benefits of it is that, see, cleansing, Ikpoalu, abomination cleansing is very, very important. So there was this fateful day. I had not even settled my water then, though I've had that dream, but I just took it as a normal dream because I don't get to go interpret dream for me. I'm not good at interpreting dream. So I came on TikTok just like this and I was ranting. I was talking about my story, telling them how I've suffered, what I'm going through. And a young man came on my comment section and said, Oma, I will marry you. You know, you people know how angry I get sometimes when I see certain comments here. You people know how pissed if I'm live, I don't know, my body used to pepper me quick. I don't know why. I'm not like that physically. So the young man came on my live and said, Oma, I'm going to marry you. I said, this one, is it that you are mad? As in, some of you don't just have respect. You just come on somebody's life and just say you marry who? Is that the way you marry people? He didn't answer me. He did not answer me. Now, after I finished ranting, he came back. He was waiting for me to come off the live. You people know that I normally waste time on my life now. So he was there, was waiting. He now wrote on my comment section that please, after the live, I should check my DM. I now told him, I said, see, let me just tell you, me, yes, I want to marry an Igbo man, but not be you. Not be you. It cannot be you. So a lot of people were just laughing on that live that day. Some Igbos on that live will say, no, Oma is coming to Anambra. So he now said, he is Igbo now, that he's from Enugu, that he's taking me to Enugu. I said, see this one for you, as in, on my life here, like this on TikTok. So I ended the live after the whole episode, and I went to my DM. And this young man has written an episode for me. I looked at the thing, I said, this man is a joker. Who want to read this thing? Like 3 pages. How this man is promising me that he will buy me diamond. You see the way my husband is laughing here. This man has entered my DM promising me that he will buy me diamond, that I should not worry, he will take care of me in this life, I'm his life partner. I said, you see that some men are just, what kind of thing is this? I did not answer him. I now went to look at his profile. When I looked at his profile, it was only one picture I saw. So he's like, he knew that I was going to view his profile, or maybe he saw it that I viewed his profile, because you know on TikTok it will show you who viewed your profile. So he saw that I viewed his profile. He now went to upload all his pictures. He now went to upload pictures on the profile. So the second day I went to his profile, I now saw plenty pictures. I said, this guy there abroad, this guy fine, and in there abroad, you know. I say, be like, say, they just, this guy he helped me just settle my water people. Thank God he's abroad. At least he has money. At least he will settle my water people for me. I don't already they talk to myself, say, after all, after all, this one, because all the men are they meet. Don't they get it again. I say, this one is fine, he's abroad. He will just help me, he will give me money, I'll go and settle my water people. So he was always writing me on my DM. He asked me for my number. I said he doesn't need my number, that we should be talking here, that what does he want to use my number for? If he wants to talk to me, he should write me on TikTok. He was very consistent. He was very consistent. And eventually, I gave him my number, because somebody that is now writing you every day, I was not getting used to him, you know. So I gave him my number. He now called me. Now, what the trick of the whole thing is that I did not know the pictures I was seeing. I did not know that the pictures I was seeing was past glory. My husband was going through his own call, and he did not know that his call that is doing him. They brought him from abroad. He's now here in Nigeria. I did not know that he was going through his own. So while me, I was rejoicing that I have seen somebody that will help me to settle my water, give me money from abroad, Oga was going through hell. Did not have 10K or 20K to his name again. So we got talking. I was still giving him a broad vibe. Happy, you know, I don't meet fine abroad man. And he told me that I want to marry you. I said, I cannot give you an answer. That I need to settle my water people first before I can ask them, right? If you can be my wife, husband. He now said, no problem, he will wait. That I should go and ask my water people. I said, see, let me tell you, sure you saw me that I'm a priestess. He's not the one, because then he was a church man. He goes to church. I said, not the one that you not tell me that you want to marry me now. You not come and force me and be going to church. He said, no, he won't force me, that he knows I'm like this. And he doesn't mind. Truly, he really doesn't mind. I said, okay. So every day we come. Have you asked your water people? I say I've not settled my water. I cannot ask them. He now asked me that, okay, how much is it to settle my water, people? Me now, I don't know how much genuine work used to be. I don't know how much. And I told him that if he gives me 300,000, I will to settle all my work. He now said 300,000. That no problem. That he will look for it for me. Omo, I was happy. My husband started disturbing all the Chinese company that was owing him, just to give me money to go and settle my water, so that I will give him reply. Not knowing that his own self, he called all rich, everywhere don block for him. That's how we kept talking. No money for water, people. No money for love. Nothing. So we got talking. I was always now looking forward to talking to him every night. And his calling time was 10 p.m. 10 p.m. in the night. So I will notice that this man will call me. We will talk from 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. Wetin we dey talk about, I don't know. The story no dey finish. The next day we go still continue again. We go still start to dey talk from 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock. I am not bored. He's not bored. We will gist. The next day we still have something to talk about. So he now said, let us meet now. I said, okay, where are you? He says in Ogun State. I said, okay. Me, I'm not an outgoing person. Sure you get. And I asked one of my girlfriend. I said, abeg o, here is which restaurant can somebody go for dates that is classy? Because my husband has not told me then that he's going through his own, that he does not have shin. Look at him because I've not met him. Do you get? So I now told my friend that which restaurant can I go that I want to meet this person, and I don't want to pick any restaurant, let it not look like at me like I don't have level, you know. She now told me that I should go to Gaspar. Is it Gaspar? Caspar and Gambini's in Ikeja Mall. I now googled it, Caspar and Gambini's. I said, correct. This is a fine restaurant. And I picked a place. I went there. See, if spirit choose you, they will give you clue. Before we met, my husband had a dream. Oni, are you sure you are not the one that will continue this story?
Continue.
Na lie. Come and say your story yourself. Come and say your story yourself.
Wait, continue.
I'm going to switch this camera. He needs to tell you people this story himself. No, I'm serious. I'm just encouraging you people. This story, it's. He let him put on a shirt. He needs to come and tell you people the story, because my husband happened to be a dreamer. He dreamt. So let him come and put the story himself. That's how I went to. I dressed to. I don't catch rich bobo. I went to. Rosa Sam, he said, you want to break the flow. I said you should come and hear the story from horse's mouth. He said, I want to break flow. You don't know that if I'm telling you to be a repeated speech, let him come and tell you the story. That's how I went to Caspar and Gambino. I don't know if you people know that restaurant. That restaurant, they know they say 5K thing for there. That restaurant for inside Ikeja Mall. Shishi, I not get to. And they go say, rich man, they carry me comot. So while I was there in that restaurant, one of my friends just called me. Long time. You went out today. Let me buy you lunch. The guy just sent me 20K. I don't know, say, na spirit guide. Now I programmed that man, make he send me 20K. I don't sit down the restaurant 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I dey wait for this my man, supposed man. no know say my husband dey street dey hustle find money when he go come even take me out for date. Because when he saw the restaurant I pick, his heart fly. His heart and now come and sit down here. No, go live on your side. I will meet my when I laugh. So I don't know, and he was calling me. Oh, he was calling me to tell me that please, I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming. Emmanuel, that was that place we went to that day. Oh, remember that place I told you now? That day that place that we had shots. That was. Okay, I should pick your request. Do you have I think you should, are you sure you don't want to bring that thing down? That's it. You people are laughing. You people are laughing at my husband. Eh? My husband is the real dogo. You people are laughing. I'm going to mute myself.
Mute your side. Just reduce the volume.
That's what I want. Yeah, now.
Good evening, everyone. Airplane driver Emmanuel, I see you. Okay, greetings, everyone. So the story continues, right? So let me go a little bit. Let me rewind before I get to this place. So I've been, living abroad. Things were rosy. Coming to Nigeria, gallivanting from here to there, eating money and everything. I've been so many countries.
Money that you know used to build us, no
So-
to do anything.
At a point, man, I came to Nigeria. Okay, let me just come here and see what business I can do. At a point, I got a contract. A lot of money was involved. Started doing the contract. They cut me my first check and I traveled. I said, okay, let me just travel for maybe 10 days, chill and return. That was how COVID caught me there. In fact, I stayed 2 years on that trip. Before I got to Nigeria, everything was gone. I started afresh. Had trucks that I was using for another company there in Ogun State. I was living in Lagos then, but at a point, I had to move to Ogun State. Man, things went from worse to worstest, if there is anything like worstest. Everything crumbled. I started living in one tiny room. I've lost everything. Sleeping on the floor. All the while when Alma was speaking to me, she didn't know I was just sleeping on a bed sheet on the floor. She didn't know all of that. So we kept talking and talking and talking. The very day I was supposed to go meet her, that was after I had a dream that I was very thirsty, looking for water everywhere. I was with my friends, that all of us, that place looked like we were still abroad, I was looking for water. Water finished. I went into the market, walking up and down, looking for water. I couldn't find water until I found Oma. I didn't know she was Oma, but I could recollect that this is a face I know. And she was carrying a tray full of fruits, things, She called me, come, at one four-way junction like that, inside in that dream. She said, oh, this water you're looking for, don't go to that side. You're not going to find it. Even if you find it, that water won't be a good one. Come, I will give you water. Follow me. But before then, the church I used to play for, because I play almost all the instruments, I sing as well. So I've been playing for that church for some time. They already called me out and told me that they saw somebody, like a hand, pouring water on me, cleansing me from mud that was all over my body. I didn't understand what they were saying until I had that dream. Then almost started taking me through a very narrow path. We got to so many countries as we were walking until we got to where she said that place is where she stays. I said, okay. In the dream, I was kind of afraid. Let it not be that this person wants to steal, like buy me and, do something bad to me. But she asked me to sit down. I sat down. She served me tea. Everything she told me in that dream was exactly what played out the first day I met her. It was the same. They were just trying to show me this is what to expect. That was even before we met one on one. So I started planning to go meet her. I had only my last 3,005, and that was in Ogun State. Inside Ogun State. I didn't know what to do. I've tried everything to go back abroad. I couldn't. The last man I met, thinking he was a friend, to lend me some money that after a while I'm
Which
going to pay him back.
3,500 naira. You say 3.5 million. He had just 3,500.
No, 3,005, not
home
not
and abroad.
all the company I was supplying were owing me. Truck have been sold, everything. They even sold and still held the money that side. I went to the police. I couldn't recover nothing. So I asked that friend to lend me 3.5 million. He said I should come and join Oboni Confraternity. It was Alma. I opened up to her and she told me, no, don't join. So I set out on that journey, knowing I didn't have any extra cash. From where I was, if anybody knows where Lusada is, where they have the free trade zone, those companies are in Lusada. I entered bike from there to one water like that. The bike traveled for more than 1 hour to get to that water through rough roads. I got to that water. I entered a boat. Me that would not enter that boat even for $1 million. I entered that boat.
Yeah, close to Agbara.
The boat took me to another side. And I came out. It was Iyanasash area. I entered Keke from where the boat dropped me to the road, major road. That Iba Iyanoba road. I entered another bus from there. Traffic and everything. Before I got to Ikeja, to enter another bus that brought me to around where Oma was waiting. As I was coming, I was already calling some friends to know if anybody could lend me at least 50,000. Me that will go to somewhere and sit down and eat 1 million, 2 million. Now I'm taking a lady out on a date. I don't even have 1,000 extra. It was funny, but not very funny. When I got to the restaurant, I met her. And I was like, yeah, this was the lady I saw in my dream, that gave me water. I sat down, I couldn't talk. She was like, oh, what would you like to eat? I said, nothing. Because I'm an Igbo man. Odogu does not go somewhere and eat without contributing anything. No. I refused. I said they should give me only water. She was wondering why I didn't want to eat. But she was, nice enough to offer me. Then she told me she have paid for everything she already ate. I was like, oh, Chim, hi, she have paid. Still, I was ashamed. Why would she pay? I need to be the one to pay. I need to refund her that money. I've made up my mind I was going to trek from there back to Ogun State. And it was almost 7 p.m. already. I say immediately she leaves, I'll pretend as if I'm going to enter a bus. I'm just going to start trekking. If I trek from Ikeja to wherever, it's late. I'll look for a fuel station and crash there. The following morning, I'll continue my journey. Only for her to offer to even help me pay for a hotel. That I should sleep there. The following morning, I should start going. I didn't tell her I didn't have any money, but how she was busy figuring out what I was thinking was just amazing. That was how I said I'm not sleeping in that hotel except she's coming. She said no, she cannot come. We're just meeting for the first time. That was how, I don't know how it happened. She told me, okay, just follow me. Brought me home and gave me exactly what I saw in the dream. The same hospitality she offered me in the dream was the same thing she offered me physically. So it was like deja vu. I was like, where did this happen before? Then I remembered the dream. And from there, that's where we are today. It just happened like magic. Before we traveled back home to do the necessary things and everything. I must say, I'm not saying it because I'm her husband now, but this is the sweetest human being you can find anywhere on the planet. You understand? And I must say that everything I lost before, I've been traveling abroad since 2004. I was very young when I started traveling around the world, but I can tell you for a fact that everything I lost, I've recovered within a very short time. It was like a tap was opened for me. Even this road that they are building now from Lagos to Calabar, they have called me countless times. Come, we need this, we need that. I told them I don't have time. Call so person, go and deal with the person. They say, no, there is money. We'll offer you 20 million. I say, 20 million, please call someone else. I don't have extra time to do those things. That was how we began to travel to find a way to do our work.
No, now you are forgetting some parts.
What part?
You did not tell them that you did not have a call. You did not know that you had a call.
Oh yeah, she told me, do you know that you have a call? I said, who is calling? MTN or Airtel? I don't know what you're talking about. What I want now is to travel back. I'm tired of Nigeria, and when I travel back, I'm not coming back here anymore. She was just like, okay. Then there was a contract I had somewhere. But the man from nowhere, after paying me a certain amount of money, around 3 million or what, stopped calling me. If I will call for the whole day, for the whole week, the man won't pick. Then the Alhaji, one day I came to the house. Somebody that is crying that how other people are not answering, nobody is answering, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, this your altar. I want to go into it. And I want to make a request. Let me see whether the spirits are there or not. That was how I went into the altar and I made my request and I slept. The man that have not answered me for more than 3 months, 6 a.m., that man was the person that woke me up from sleep. The Alhaji woke me, hey, where have you been? Come, you need to come. We need this material, we need this, we need that. Come, quick. That was how I asked her, so you said your spirit forces are not here and they're not answering. Another night, I was coming out to the sitting room. I saw people wearing white sitting around the sitting room. I froze. I told her. She still thought I was joking. Until the maid that comes to clean the house went into the altar room without knocking, entered there, and they flung her outside. She nearly hit her head on one of the things there. I said, so why are you saying that these people are not here?
People should always knock before you enter spirit room.
Why are you
she
saying?
Didn't knock, she just entered into my altar.
Why are you saying they are not here?
they fling her outside.
That was how we started building ourselves, going back home, doing our work and everything. And We
When you
got
are
to.
jumping plenty story, wait first.
I'm a man, man. I don't know how to
You
tell
are
a lot of
jumping plenty
stories. Okay,
story.
continue,
I'm
please.
plenty story.
You can
You
continue.
know,
Yeah.
no. You know, we ladies, we know how to. No, you don't need to off it. Leave it there. You know how they are laughing. When I met him, right?
I hope you've unmuted
No,
yourself.
they can hear from you.
Oh, okay.
When I met him, right? He didn't know he had a call. He was always still. he was always still. All those these church people used to still call him because they want him to come and play instruments for their church, whatever. And the thing dey vex me. You dey with me when your gbanje like water woman. They will dey call you say make you come play for which church. So I told him, I say, you will not go to play in any church again. You understand? That's how I was with him. Oh, I was seated with him. He now looked at me, he said, this white bead on your hand, on your leg, I like it oh. I like your bead oh. He said I should give him my bead, my leg bead, my white bead. That's to tell you that you see your jewelries, never you share it with anybody. Your jewelries carry your essence, as in your energy. Your jewelries carry your energy. So he saw the white bead on my leg, and I was like, this your white bead is fine oh. I like it. And I told him, I beg and sit down. Does man used to wear bead? Which one is white bead you want to put on your leg? He said he likes it now, that I should give it to him. That I not seen men that used to put white bead on their leg. I said, you will not wear white bead. He disturbed me, and now pulled the white bead and wore it on his leg. I did not fortify it though. I just know that in my dream they asked me to wear white bead, and I've been wearing it. I did not put anything, I didn't fortify anything. It's just a normal bead I bought and I was wearing. I wore it for a while. So I put the bead on his leg. That night now, he spent the night at my place as at that time. He now started telling me that he cannot lift his leg, oh, that his leg is heavy, that his leg is like snake wrapped his leg, that he cannot carry his leg. That when he slept, he was seeing that snake wrapped his leg. And after that, he told me that, I say, very good for you. This bead, after snake don't wrap your leg, this bead, you will wear this bead. I didn't know that bead I put on his leg unlocked his vision. With that bead, my baby slept. He woke up. He started giving me messages back to back. Your water people said, no, I'm coming to the east, don't worry. Your water people said, one woman came with, they said, the thing was now, I was now excited because, you know, when somebody is giving you messages, you are excited. So the thing opened his vision. And every time he closes his eyes like this, he's getting a message from my water people. That was what made it very interesting. He was getting messages from my water people. So it was like, yes, I'm relocating soon to the east. I'm relocating to Enugu very soon. Do you understand? So it was like, I loved it. I was enjoying it. Normally, I don't get messages like that unless through my dream. But immediately I put the bead on him, if he just close his eyes like this, he will tell me, they said, hey! The thing was sweeting me. He now went outside. My husband started seeing vision as he's walking. He now came back home and said, please, I don't want to wear this bead again. I cannot cope. If I'm walking, I'm seeing people's problem. I'm seeing things. I cannot. I don't know.
Even people that are about to die.
He was seeing people that are about to die on the road. He's walking, he's seeing things. He came to meet me. That please, I should remove the bead from his leg. And I removed it. I said, is it the bead? Oh, yeah, I removed it. I want my bead back. The thing did not close. That portal was open and open for life. Do you understand? He was seeing messages back to back. And I loved it. So after I took off my bead from his leg, he was now seeing people, something that is happening in his village. He was seeing messages for people. I told him, I said, Oga, you have call. He now started seeing himself, how you wear indichi cap, hold the oji,
Oji.
oji,
Oji.
oji. He would hold oji, walking barefooted. He was always having that dream in his village. Do you understand? He started seeing it. He will wake up and tell me that he's seen himself in the village walking barefooted, wearing, carrying agu bag. I say, Oga, you are a native doctor. He now said no, that he's not a native doctor. That he's somebody has given him message before that he's going to be a, what did that woman tell you?
An evangelist.
An evangelist. That he will come back to the state and he will find him preaching God's word. So he was telling me that he doesn't have a call, that they told him that he's going to be an evangelist. I laugh and laugh. People know how I used to laugh now. I told him, myself, God, Nadibi Alibi. Right? He now had a dream that night. What did you dream? You wore suit. You wanted to go to church to preach.
Yeah, I wanted to go to preach in a church. Some men and ladies wearing white stood by the door and asked me to go back. No, that this is not the place. I tried the second time to enter with a microphone. They refused. The third time, a very mighty python blocked the way into the church. Then, as I turned, I met your Chionyowa, your reincarnated spirit, and she asked me to kneel down. I was wearing white. She asked you to kneel down. She gave us cowries in our hands and blessed us and put our hands together. And she left with her entourage.
And that's how the journey started. So we already now knew that we were meant to be, right? So it was now time for us to go and what? Answer this calling. There is no money. So at every time I didn't have money to answer this call, and I told him that who will do your work for you? Me, I don't have anybody because all the people that I met, they all scam me. He now told me that for the fact that he has come into my life, nobody can scam me again. That in this life, nobody can scam me again. That he will tie that person. So I had confidence. So every time he will push me, go live, go and teach. You have the gift of teaching. I will say, teach what? You say, yes, you have the gift of teaching. Go and teach. I will say, what will I teach? He will say, go, anything. When you start, you start teaching. He was one of the people that was always pushing me. He would tell me, go live. He would tell me, go live. He was always there. He was always pushing me. Now, I was coming live and I had not even done my work because there was no money as at that time. So, he now told me that he knew one Dibia like that, in Anambra State like that. So when I come live, I told him if I come live, people now say they want to work. Who want to do the work? You have not answered your call, I have not answered my call. He said I shouldn't work. Oh, happy birthday, Fiona! Happy birthday, my darling! Happy birthday, guys! She said I can't see you. Why can't you see me? Fiona, darling! Happy birthday! Achalugo! My network is bad. Don't worry, after this live, I'm going to call you, okay? Everybody here has wished you happy birthday. So, and she came up. So, that's my daughter, guys. Fiona.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. That's my nurse.
Happy birthday, baby.
Good morning,
She had to
everyone.
call in and we pushed her to go and read nursing. She's a healer, right?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Fiona. Everybody's wishing you happy birthday on the comment section.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll talk to you in the morning, okay?
Then I will call you when I finish my life, okay? So
Okay.
back to what I was saying. So he was always telling me to go live. So I told him, I said, if I go live and people want to do work, who will do the work? He said I shouldn't worry. That we will find who will do the work now. That's how we started coming live. I started coming live. I started coming live. And truly, as I was coming live, if you are called for this work and you start the journey, this you will not struggle to get people you will work for. As I was coming live, after the live, people will chat me, oh my, I want to do consultation, I want to work, I want to feed my chi. Can you do it? I will tell my husband, shey you see, shey you see. He will say yes, say yes. Don't say you cannot do it. I will say yes, I can do it. I will collect the work. I will ask the man, can you do this work? He will say yes. How much will you collect? He will tell us. I will put my own on top. I will tell the person. Once I tell the person will not argue, we just pay. That was how I was raising money to do my work. And eventually, I had money to do my own work, right? So he followed me and took me to the thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you so much. So that's how he followed me to the Dibia to do my work. We had money for just my work. Now, while we were there, clients over, as in it was back to back. While I was there, people were chatting me, oh, I want to do work, oh, I want to do work, oh, I want to do work. And I was collecting all the work. And that place where I was doing work, I got over 2 million naira from works I was doing for my own self. And we used it to settle myself, my work, and my husband's work, and we still had change. Now, by the time we finished doing that work, we had to return back to Lagos. That's why I tell you that spirits, they make the move, they will support you. Just give them, make sure that you are getting it right. Right? That's how I came to Lagos. I still had money. And when works started coming, my husband said, come, we've done our work. We're not giving this man any work again. Anyhow we'll do it. And we started doing the works ourselves immediately. Now, as we started doing the work ourselves, choke. Testimonies. People, I was working for people will come, they will dash me money. From not having at all, in a month's time, I had almost 10 million naira from not having. And I told my husband, I said, this is unbelievable. What is this? Like, how is this happening? Right? And he told me, he said, it is time to have a shop, my spiritual shop. I said, what? In less than a month, I had my spiritual shop. And the work did not stop there. I still continued. Work was coming back to back, testimonies. Work was meeting work in my hand. I was working morning, night, and I wasn't giving the work out anymore. I was doing the work myself. Okay? So by the time I started doing the work, in 6 months' time, my account was blown. We needed to buy a car. Right? I was telling my husband, like, from not having at all, now we want to even buy a car in millions. And that was how car, in less than a year, our building is almost completed. So the blessings have been back to back. And I told my husband that it is now I understand what it means by when all those pastors were telling me that you have wealth, I see you this, I see you that, but they never told us that. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you, thank God you are a witness. They never told me that my wealth was tied to this work. It was like they were waiting for me for years. Immediately I did my work, I didn't even have to wait a month. Some people's own don't happen fast like that, but mine happened fast. So sometimes when people will say, after I answered my call, I was working immediately. And it was in my service, because I didn't answer my call and left the altar. I started working immediately. As far as me open my mouth talk the thing, it goes, because It is in the work. It is in your. They've chosen you to do the work. However you say it, how I remember my first water walk, I was stuttering. I couldn't even pray because I didn't know what to say. But that person got testimony. That person came back and dashed me money that God, that everything has changed for. Oh, thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much. Everything has changed, and I will look at my husband like I didn't do anything spectacular in the water. I just went there and opened my mouth and prayed for this person. I was even shaking. Some at the beginning, I can remember my first water walk. My first water walk, I had almost 10 water walks together. Almost 10. At that time, I was even forgetting the names. I was forgetting the names of the people because it was not something I was used to. It was not something I was used to. But the works kept coming. It kept coming and it has not stopped. It has not stopped till tomorrow. I get referrals. I get people from here. People want to work with me and they get testimonies. I've had people dash me millions because of what? Testimony. Oma, you worked for me, there was a transformation. Because why? I didn't call myself. I'm just a messenger. And I allowed myself, the spirit, to use me. Do you understand? So I'm pleading, I'm begging you people, if you have a call, please pick up your mantle. You will not struggle. However, they will make you start and pick you up, they will. Some of you will say, how will I start? See Queenie. Thank you, Queenie. Queenie, maybe you should come up and share your story. I met Queenie on TikTok here. When I met Queenie didn't even understand what is called. I can still remember her first consultation. Somebody that wasn't even born in Africa, and she didn't even have an idea of what was going on in her life as at that time. Her first consultation, she was confused. She was like, "What are you saying? What? How? Is Queenie there?
Yes.
I'm here.
Queenie, please share your story."
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm trying to. Hello, can you see me?
No.
Yes? No?
Yes, no.
No.
Open
No.
it.
Okay,
Open the
it's
click on
fine.
the camera.
Queenie, are you up to
Oh,
1,000?
Yeah, she's live.
Yes.
hi.
Hi,
How's it
Queenie.
going? I miss you guys. I'm coming back in August, but
Can't wait
yeah,
to
so
have you.
yeah. Okay, I'll share my story. So my story, I'll try to make it brief because you know
You're
it's
not
You're
audible.
not audible again.
you can't hear me. Oh,
Now,
Okay.
I can hear you now.
wait. Phone isn't gonna die, so I need to plug it up so it doesn't die while I'm speaking. Do. Okay. All right. So, hello everyone. I'll try to be brief. So, yes, hi, I am Ayana. I'm from the US, but my father's Liberian and my mother's African American. So, we all know that African Americans, our ancestry is from Africans. And so, I grew up Muslim and I never really knew really anything about African spirituality except for pouring libation because my family is very Afrocentric and my father is African, but they're all Christian. They all believe in Jesus. Everybody's religious in my family. So, like almost 2 years ago, things just started going bad in my life. One, I lost my job. I came out of school making so much money, doing so well. Everything was always easy for me in life. I always had good jobs, good grades, everything. And then suddenly my life just starts falling apart. I don't have a job. I couldn't even find a job at a restaurant. I was even applying for jobs, restaurant jobs, anything. Nobody would hire me. Then I start having this feeling like I need to go take my shahada or give my life to Jesus or something. I didn't know what was going on. Too many things were happening. I was feeling all these spiritual inclinations. So I had a reading with a voodoo priestess. She's based here in the U.S. in Florida. She's Jamaican though. She told me my spirit is calling me to the water. I'm like, what does that even mean? My spirit is calling me to the water. So I should go sit by the lake and do what? So I went. So I went to the lake. I would sit there and I'm just talking to the water, like, okay, I'm here. What am I supposed to do now? Like, what's happening? And it was after I was doing that, sitting by the water one day, I'm scrolling through TikTok and I see Oma's face. And I don't know why I just stopped on her face, but something about the way she was speaking just really spoke to me. So I stayed, I listened to her, and I became obsessed. I became obsessed with Oma. I'm telling you, like I just couldn't stop watching her videos. I started looking up everything about African spirituality, and at the same time, I met a friend here in Texas, and he tells me, "Oh yeah, my grandpa, he's into that African spirituality stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, what stuff?" So I'm going to his house. I'm hanging out with him, and he has the books laying on the floor, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is his book." And I pick it up, and the book is After God is Gibeah, which is like some huge,
God
you
is
know,
Gibeah.
yes, his grandfather's in India, and we just randomly met. He gives me these books. I start reading it. Then I get my consultation with you, Oma. And the first thing you said is, I have a water call. So I'm like, okay, all these people are telling me about water. What does this even mean? So I hear the message. She tells me all these things. At this point, like a couple of thousands of dollars to my name, and I don't have a lot of money. I'm about to move out. Can you hear me?
It's faint.
Oh, what about now?
Yeah, it's better
Yeah.
now.
Okay, so yes, I take my last money after I did my consultation with Oma. She told me I have a water call, all these things. And I know that my Liberian side, they did some African spirituality. They were all involved in politics and they would all, do some stuff on the side but go to church. And I start digging and digging and find out that there is all this connection with water deities from my father's side. And then I start having dreams. These spirits start coming to me. I start seeing Oma in my dreams. She's preaching, she's teaching people. So I'm feeling in my spirit that this is something good because I have good discernment and my spirit guides be talking to me. So they came to me. My Obanji came to me. I didn't even know what Obanji was. I had to ask Nsibidi, who are these people coming to me in my dream? He told me they're my Obanji who want settlement. Everything they told me to do, I took my last money. I went to Nigeria. I did it. And that's the day that I did my water settlement, first of all, my vision deepened. My vision got clear. I start hearing things, not like crazy things. I literally hear my spirit guides talking to me. I go to sleep that night. They're giving me messages about things that are to come. And I'm just like, wow, that's interesting. So I leave Nigeria. I come back home and just things start opening up for me. First, people start coming out of nowhere asking me about African spirituality and seeing that I went to Nigeria. Now everybody wants to ask me questions. People have been DMing me. Then I got a job. Literally a month later, I was on my last money. I took my last money to go to Nigeria. I really didn't even have money to go to Nigeria. I had to dig into my savings. And I said, Spirit is telling me to do this. They've come to me in dreams. They've been talking to me. Why shouldn't I listen to them? So I took it, I did it, did my sacrifices, fed my chi, fed my ancestors. And then after I got that first job, it wasn't the job in my career field, so I'm still working and it's not really enough money. It's just enough to cover my bills because, in America, your bills will take over your whole life. So it's just enough to pay my bills. And then as of today, I got a job. Well, I just started my new job. And they've just been blessing me. They've been blessing me. They've been sending me messages about my parents, about my brother, just everything. And all of the work that I've done, I was having dreams about the things that were going to happen to my mother. I had some work done. The dream stopped. Like, I'm telling you, these people are the truth. I love them. I love Oma. I love Nsibidi. They've helped me so much. And if you have a spiritual calling, it's best that you answer it before the spirit starts dragging you. Okay?
Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Queenie.
much, Queenie, for sharing that story with us. Emmanuel, airplane driver. I met
Yeah.
Emmanuel. Please, can you share your story with us?
How are you guys doing? Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Good morning from here, Emmanuel.
Okay. Um, I pretty much have a similar story to Queenie. When um when this whole thing started, well, I'm going to shorten the the story, but long story short, things just started going bad. Finances were going to the ground. Nothing was working. I lost my job out of nowhere. It's like something was just made up at work. Just lost my job. I applied for so many things. I even tried for McDonald's. I have a bachelor's degree in aeronautical science with a minor in air traffic control. I couldn't get a McDonald's job. I could not get cleaning job. I couldn't get anything. It was crazy. And I was trying to figure out what was going on. I tried. Um, at the time, I was with my ex. She was Haitian. Ended up going to Haiti. Did a whole spiritual bath and everything. It was crazy. I came back. Nothing was happening. It was like everything that I wanted, I was literally getting the opposite of everything that I wanted. Um, One day I was scrolling on TikTok and I found Almost Live. And for some reason I just couldn't stop. Similar story to Queenie. I just was drawn to this place. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Um I just couldn't stop. And I would just be listening to almost preachings and teachings like all the time. And I spoke to my ex about it. She was skeptical in the beginning, but later on we tried. And that's a whole story. That's another story with my ex. But everything that happened, my ex was like, Oma was a witch and she had bad energy and all kinds of crazy things. Oh my God. The first, I did not have, matter of fact, when I met Oma, I was barely hanging on. I didn't have a lot of money. And the first work that I did, my spiritual wife appeared to me in my dream. She looked mad. She was angry, but I don't know why. But really, really beautiful. The way Oma talks about her spiritual husband, and everybody else talks about their spiritual spouse. It's not a lie. It's true. It's beauty out of this world. Um, Long story short, again, I ended up in an altercation with my ex. Found out she wasn't who we thought she was. Um, Nothing. We ended up breaking up. She came attacking Oma. It was a whole drama. But yeah. To shorten the story, I started doing work with Oma, and things started happening for me. Doors started opening. I was getting really liked at work. Like things were just happening. Oma talks about suffering near success. Is that what it is? Um, I used to tell Oma I would be scared to look in my bank account because if I had some kind of money in my account, um, I'll use it to do something stupid, and for some reason you use all your money. All of that stopped. All of that stopped. I'll spend money after I started doing work with appeasement with Oma. A lot of things changed. A lot of things changed. And recently, I texted him, I was like, I'm coming down to Nigeria to come and do my settlement. And I finally did it recently. I came back about a week or two ago, and it was an amazing experience. It was an amazing experience. Everybody who lives in Nigeria or Africa, you guys have it good. You guys really have it good. Um, we don't have that kind of freedom over here. We cannot go and kill animals over here, and like you would literally be arrested for something like that. You can go into the water and leave things like fruit, and people look at you crazy, number one, and two, you will get fined or arrested. It's kind of hard over here, but we do our best, you know. The little advice I can give to you guys who live down there, if you have a way, try try to answer your calls because it's gonna help you guys very 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 much. A lot of people are struggling over here, and they don't even know what is going on with them. You know, yeah, that's
Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank you
very much.
so very much,
If anyone,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Megwama.
Ife
if
Iwanyagi.
anyone has gone to the US,
I need I'll be
You
US
don't
or
go.
in Georgia. Yeah.
Ife Iwan.
Yes, sir.
No be gadoos be that.
no, he's not Asian. Yeah,
I
he's
got
a
to
Ghanaian.
say.
Emmanuel
Yeah,
is Ghanaian,
I had to, the
So you
kids.
don't go.
but his ex
I
is.
don't go. I had to go. My son just got admission into West Georgia, University of Georgia, and my una baby get surgery, total hip replacement surgery. So no,
Wow.
Nigeria, what they did, the first surgery they did was just rubbish. Aside from that one, Mama, I don't know how to say
How
thank
did you
you.
meet? How did you meet us? At what
I
point?
met you. I met you guys. In fact, I was going through a lot. I just was scrolling TikTok and then I saw you. Just FYIP, you popped up. My spirit just accepted you, and I went through your videos and everything you were saying. True, it was just as if you were talking to me. So I sent a request and we did consultation. At first, the consultation, you said you're going to do my own. We first fight. That if I'm not patient, I can remember that I said, sorry, ma. Because the thing was telling me, you know, go calm down now. This is the solution. And the first work you did for me, in fact, I've gone through so many spiritual places. The one they took from me, they took my energy, they blind me, they gave me witchcraft and everything. After the first work you did for me, ma, and then your husband fed my chi. It's like my vision came back. As I'm talking to you now, I can give. I've not done my water settlement, too. I've not answered my calling, but that work you did for me, ma, changed my life. As I am like this, I can give somebody message. In fact, I gave somebody message and they came back to tell me thank you.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Here,
Wow.
I give message. It's just that you can't go to water here. They'll call 911. You know, they had them for here.
Wow.
Yes. But I dream and I see things. In fact, the last dream I got, they gave me herbs that I will use for my baby. And I did exactly what they did because she wanted to run temperature that morning. Immediately I did that. This guy bet her with that thing. And she went to school. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Up till now. Yes. Something that one spiritualist that I left. Mama, I told you now that the person was trying to attack me. Like, who be these people who even dey behind you? Then I was in Nigeria. That they want that the person said, now, wow, I can't even penetrate your compound because when I'm trying to do it, I'm seeing a big python. Yes. So please, ma, I will say thank you. Let me settle my daughter first. Let her be okay. I am coming back to answer my calling. This Yankee wide day now still among the prayers, among the things you did for me, and I saw it that I will leave Nigeria.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am so grateful. I am so grateful for everything. I will still come back and do my Thanksgiving. I am so grateful. So anybody that is dulling, yes, sir. I dream.
I'm
I
happy for
gave
you.
you messages. I've stayed in my compound when I was playing libation in Nigeria. Security see snake, they pass me. It was like, madam, snake. I said, don't kill it. Snake, no, they bite me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't,
she said that.
yes. Snake will pass my leg and go and come. I even confirmed it from,
True. That thing is, I've told you before.
yes,
Somebody
ma'am.
like me, if snake bites me, as I am like this, I know it was snake. Snake
Yes,
can never bite me.
never. And
Like
then
from
I
the back.
confirmed it from my grandmother too. Snake used to, when she was pregnant for my mother, the way snakes pass her. I even confirmed it. I said, I'm going to tell you, it's just that I don't have time. She told me that when she was looking for a child, they went to, because my great grandmother is from Osomala, Waterside, and you know that snake is an abomination.
They worship Alusia Aja. That when she was looking for a child, she go to ask Alusia Aja, and they gave her a kola nut. The kola nut has right that when she chewed that kola nut, she took in. But the thing she did was she did not go back and say thank you to go and appease, because she said, when you give me a child, I will go back and do so thing. And I told her, she's 89 years. I said, you have to go and do it too. You have to go and do the thing. And she said yes. And she told me so many things. So spirituality is something one will embrace. Oh, no darling. We still
Very
pray.
well.
Sir?
Congratulations
Pico,
again.
enjoy yourself in Georgia, okay?
I'm looking forward to seeing you
Yes.
again.
Yes.
We'll visit that area soon, maybe
Complete
not,
your
not
works.
next
I
year.
told you now you go carry me go just. Shall I tell you?
Yeah. Yes, oh. Yes, oh. Real soon. I can't wait.
Now you
I
go
can't
carry me
wait.
go.
Yes. You see, I say if Yankee American people go come Niger, can't do them. Now we can't get everything. We no can know the
Who
value.
you? I've never met
People,
Emmanuel.
they come from
Emmanuel is
Europe,
from
says.
Ghana. Emmanuel is
Yes.
not Nigerian, right?
Yes.
Emmanuel, airplane driver,
You
is
see?
from Ghana. He's African, but he's
Yeah.
based in
You see?
Queenie is Liberian.
Yeah.
She's not Nigerian. So
Not Nigeria.
it's not that it is my people I work for. These are just
Mm.
Africans I just work for. I have
Yeah.
never met them. I only met Queenie the very first time I was picking her from the airport. The very
Yeah.
first time I met
Wow.
Emmanuel was when I picked him up from the airport.
Airport. You see? This
I met
spirituality is
them there
here
on
in
TikTok. I've
Louisiana,
never met them.
in
It
Lily
was it's,
Holdings.
that's why I say you see this awakening is not
Yeah.
happening to just us in Nigeria. If you are an African
Everywhere.
child, you are a
African
chosen
child.
one, you go
Yes.
collect.
Yes. Yes. You
Why
are
you are an
right.
African child?
Yes.
African children, we have our spirituality.
Yeah, we
That's
are.
the truth,
Yeah.
right? And I
Yes.
remember that if they had told me that this work I will do it, I won't believe it.
You said so.
Because you see me, I like book, even though say the book they suffer me. I always had the dream that I was going to work in oil company.
Yeah.
But we don't choose our destiny.
We don't, ma.
And I'm so happy I picked up my call because why? A lot of people have been saved
Yeah.
through me.
Yes,
Because
ma.
why? That's my assignment. I came to save souls.
You're right, ma. You're right, ma.
And that's why if you have a call, please pick up the mantle. Because some people are going through pain and tears because of you. You
Yes,
are
ma.
ordained and tied to their destiny. You are listening to me today because you are tied to my destiny. If our destinies don't cross, you will not be on my life. You will not see me. You will not listen to me. That's the
Yes, ma.
truth.
You're right, ma.
You are listening to me because why? Our destinies intertwine. And when I finish my assignment with you, you will go and start your own.
Yes.
Some people are still suffering because of you. There's nothing that happens on earth that is a coincidence. No,
True.
it
Very true.
is not a coincidence.
Yeah.
So
Very true.
please, Christianity is not for us Africans. It is not.
At
They
all.
used it to put us in a box because of what we have in Africa.
Yes.
They just used it to deceive us. We are spiritual people. If they mislead you through your spiritual path, they have gotten you down. And that is why they went with our spirituality. Because why? The spiritual controls the physical. So they went and made our own spirituality look like evil to us. Because why? If they destroy your spiritual path, they have gotten you. Please, I am pleading. If you know you have a call, for the sake of your children, the sake of your generation, please pick up this mantle. How many years will you live on earth that the wealth and good life you came to live on earth, you will be suffering? When you are supposed to be living like a king or a queen, they will tell you you have wealth, you have money, you have good life. You will not be able to experience all these things. No, now. Is it in your old age you want to finally pick up the call? Even this our body has time, expiring dates. And that is why when we die, we reincarnate back because our body is already weak. We come back in another body. So please, if you have a call, pick it up. Pick it up. You see that money you are looking for that is making you to walk left, right, center. You will not have that money because the money is tied to this your calling. That's how our destinies are. So please pick up your mantle. Pick it up. Prince, are you there?
Yes, please. I'm here, Oma.
Okay, do you have a question or you want to say something?
It's been an awesome time here listening to the testimonies, and I'm trying to question my own calling too, because as I speak with you now, it's not been rosy in the past. So I feel that I feel the challenge I'm going through has a significance to what you're relating on the life now. So I think I'm lost in trying to discover the calling. Like you
You will
said,
start
I've heard,
consultation,
like
right?
you, s-
We'll do a consultation, a reading, so that we will know if you have a calling, the type of call, and I will direct you. Even
that,
people that don't have call, you have spirit guides you are working with.
all right,
Just give them what they need, and they will stop blocking your way. We are spiritual people,
right.
okay?
I'll be glad to delve into that as soon as possible. I already
Yes.
sent you a
Just
message.
send me a message on TikTok, and I will respond to you after the live.
All right, I'll do just that now.
Okay, dear.
Thank you very much. I'm still on the line, anyways. I'm enjoying the conversation.
No problem.
The testimonies are really boosting my immune system, so I really need to get into my calling.
That
So
means
that
if I was posting testimonies, I don't post testimonies.
There
So
are a
I
lot
think
of.
you
and
should.
there are a lot of, I don't know why.
I
I only
think you
post
should.
work.
I think you should. It will also help to spread the gospel, like you spreading it on TikTok.
I don't post testimonies. I don't even know why. I post them on my status on
Y-
WhatsApp.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can just type it in like just a shared testimony. It will be nice.
Okay. Let me see if people that in Nigeria it's already morning, like people are asleep. There are a lot of people I've worked for or I've
Uh,
done consultation for. If you have a testimony or you want to share your testimony, you can actually send a request and come and say something
that's
about
good.
it.
That's good. That makes sense because it will make people, it's just like the church we used to go back in the days.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We can just replicate same thing they do because it's the same thing they did to disrupt our African
They
spirituality.
did to
So let's
disrupt.
do the same thing to them too. Because I can remember back then in
Definitely.
church, they tell you our culture is demonic, our
Oh,
ancestors were witches and wizards. And so let's do the same thing against them. Like they preach against African spirituality
yes,
and
yes. I'm going to do
it's
You're
the
that.
right.
same way we're gonna do to
Right. I'm
counter
going to
them
tell
too.
them now. If you
You're
have
right, Prince.
testimony, they will send me videos. Yes. It's just
Because
that
I
the
remember
video.
that's what they call
I,
evangelism. Going to the street telling people to
I
come to
can do voice
Christianity
note.
and live the ways of their father. The same way
Mhm.
we are gonna preach about them too to make people come back to the
Yes.
African
I
tradition.
always tell people my life is an evidence. Like if you know me before, you will know that my life is an evidence for
And
answering
that's
my
what we
call.
Nigerians want. We want proof. And that's why the pastors and the prophets have been ripping us off all because we need proof. We need evidence. Like they say, seeing is believing.
Mhm.
Nigerians and
Oma,
Africans, they like to see. So once they see something, they don't mind spending all their last drop, their last blood on it. So I think testimony will be of good things too as we go on this program.
We'll do that. Thank you very much, Prince.
Definitely.
You're
I want to
welcome.
say something.
and then CBD.
Thank
I
you very
remember
much.
I was telling you, I was like, at some point, maybe you should invite everybody that you've ever helped, both in Nigeria and both abroad, so that we can all come together one day, like a convention, and have one massive
Don't worry,
crazy
the time
party.
is coming very
We
soon.
are working on
That's
that,
why we have you
seriously.
now as the pilots that will bring everybody.
We're working on that, Emmanuel.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, thank you very much.
Goodwill, are you there?
Hello,
Goodwill.
good evening.
Godwill.
Good win, yeah.
Goodwill.
Yes, good evening.
Good morning.
Good
Morning from here.
morning. Even this place, good morning from here. I was just going through your TikTok, then I just said, let me see what is going on here. Then I just go attracted to your, your life history. It's just like you were just talking everything that happened to me last year when I went to Nigeria because they were saying that I have this, I have that. So I traveled to Nigeria. I make so many mistakes. They shaved my hair. They took many
Oh my
things
God.
from me. But glory to God, I'm still alive. So when I was just screaming through TikTok, I hear you sharing your story. I say, "Ah, it's like this woman is just talking about what happened also to me." So I was just laughing. I said, "Oh my God." So I said, okay, let me just listen a
Who
little
has
bit.
not experienced it will not understand. It's when you have experienced it, you will relate to what I'm saying. It's
That
not
is,
something somebody will wish you to experience. So it's a
that
very
is
painful
true.
story.
That is true. That is true. That is true. I
Don't
really
worry, you will get it
enjoy
right, okay?
everything. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you are doing, and I really enjoyed everything that you people are saying. Thank you so much.
It's all right, good win.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Master,
Yes, Omar, how you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm great. I want to just thank you so much, you and your husband, for the great work you're doing. My testimony is the same. Once I'm skimming through TikTok, just trying to find out about my African spirituality, the heritage, I found you guys, found you, and same, I was just stuck and glued. And I did a consultation with you. You
Are
said,
you serious? I can't even
Ah,
remember
what's his name?
Are
What's
you
your
serious?
name?
What's your name?
Master Voyager, Voyager.
Voyage.
Voyage.
Oh,
Okay,
Voyager.
Voyage.
Oh, okay,
You,
Wow.
Voyager. Ah,
you guys remember me?
yeah, of
Yes.
course.
I've
And
not heard from
so
you now.
what you say?
I've not heard from you since. So I couldn't
Yeah,
remember.
I'm coming soon. So you confirmed in the AFA a lot of things that I knew. Shortly after, I did the witchcraft work and everything. You said that
Voyager
I'm either,
Shamayim.
yes, of the heavens, traveler of the heavens, or traveler of the celestial waters.
Uh-huh.
And that's before I even knew I was a water child and everything. And you said that I am my grandfather, or my great grandfather is reincarnate. And so anyway, I had this dream where I saw my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, in a dream, and he was very upset. Not at me, but it's like he was cursing his side of the family, like his children. And all the wind was just behind him, just blowing, just he was really upset. And I was the only one who could calm him down. I knew I had to appease him or to speak to him and those type of things. So things started to happen. Manifestation started happening after the divination. And so I want to encourage everyone that, you know, I know it may be difficult. Me, I'm born in America, but my parents are Jamaican, both sides. But my mother's side, before we got to Jamaica, they were Igbos. In
Mm.
fact, most Jamaicans, most of them, not all, most of them are Igbo. And
Mm-hmm.
so anyway, once I found that out, I started little by little learning, and you're gonna wade through a lot of fakes and flakes and fake people and stuff, people doing all type of stuff. But once you find that person where the work hits, you just stay there until the spirit tells you otherwise. And so the spirits will show you what to do. Once you put the intention and say, I'm going to answer the call, you stay open. They will show you what to do. My spirits have been showing me in dreams that I'm offering a plate of food and I'm scratching chalk over the plate,
Mm-hmm.
white chalk. And they told me, they said, don't worry, go to your local store and get the chalk. We don't have the native chalk here. We got chalk that kids draw with.
Mm-hmm.
So they said use that. It will work because intention is
Wow.
key.
Yeah.
And to someone that's facing setbacks, my setbacks is a lot of start and stop, start and stop. My money's messed up. But even when I was a Christian and I would decide to say, you know what, I'm gonna just preach Jesus. Anytime I would just focus on the mission and the assignment, money would come out of nowhere. So now that I'm in my spirituality, the truth is the same. I know that my money and my wealth is connected to me answering my call. And until I answer the call, the money is going to be scatter scatter.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be
they're
everywhere.
showing. So they're showing me. Finally they're showing me. They will show you who's hungry. I started leaving out my Indiotu food. So I would share
Indiotu.
some of my food that I
Idiot.
would
Yes.
eat. I would share the foods with them. Sometimes it would just be scraps or whatever I had left over. And I would just pray over it and I would offer it to them. They would dream me that same night.
You see?
So that's showing me because they come that fast, you have to feed them on a regular basis. They're starving. That's why they come and showing themselves to you.
Because you abandoned them for years.
Hey, Omar, I don't want to cry. I had an experience and it showed me a lot. But one of the experiences and in the vision that I had that just had me crying so hard, I saw when I was in space. And I was surrounded by these spirits. They were all children. And it was like I was their ruler or their leader. And I kept saying, I remember you. I remember you. And I'm so sorry. I kept apologizing. I'm so sorry that I left you. But I have to go to the earth to do my assignment. And so since I started feeding my spiritual friends, they come up in dreams and show up as children. And I'm a leader over
Great.
them.
Great.
So I'm on the way. I'm on the road, little but surely, and I have some spiritual works to do. But I keep wasting my money. But they keep giving me money to do the work. So I'm going to endeavor my best to take that money and give it into my spiritual call. So I encourage you to do the same.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
very
Thank you
much,
so
Voyager.
much. Oh God, I love this
Thank you,
testimony.
Of
Voyager.
course.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
You're
out
welcome.
to share yours, right? It will encourage somebody out there. That's part of the assignment. Somebody out there just needed to hear something from your voice, and that person would awaken and start his or her own journey. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much, Master Voyager.
Ella,
Of course.
Good evening. Good morning.
good morning, darling. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm just this is not my first time actually. I've been watching your life for a very long time, and recently I've just been having this feeling of doing consultation. Like I did one with one lady, and she just said a lot of things, but she did not really give me any message. She just telling me you have to do this. She just calling money sha. And I'm like, are you sure this thing is are you sure this thing is true? But let me just face God that I know. But
It's
my
echoing.
spirit is still not at rest.
It's echoing. Probably.
Like,
No, it's
sorry.
the speaker. It's not
Go
you.
on.
It's not you.
Okay. Like I'm still having this disturbance. I will be like, please, if I want to, there was a time I wanted to go to sleep, and I was like, if truly I'm meant to like do this consultation again, let me see, because they said the person that came word for me is my great grandmother from my mommy's side. So I'm like, let me see her in my dream when I sleep. And then I think I saw her in the dream, but the dream wasn't clear. So I don't know. I'm just having this issue of should I go to this should I do this alpha thing or not? And this night I just came on TikTok, and your story was the first video I saw, and I've not moved from here since.
Don't worry, if you want to do another consultation, you can reach out to me and we'll do it together. Okay? So we have clarity.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Juice.
Good morning.
Good morning, dear.
Honestly, I don't even know why I'm here. Over since 1 hour plus, I was just stuck here. Like, how do you do it?
I'm
Like,
here.
okay, I'm just here. Just even my children are sleeping. I'm still here. Like, what is still holding me here? Okay, let me send request because I was when I have been here for long. Then we were talking about the python and this. Then something struck my brain. Like when I was small, that was my dream all the time. Snake, python, python, python. But oh, I don't know what happened. Even before, maybe if I sleep, I will see something. But now everything gone blank. Like everything is blocked.
When
So
it happens like that, I've said it in one of my teaching. When they give you message, give you, show you, you are not understanding, you are not following them, they seize your vision, they block it.
even when I was small, it's not something that is funny. Oh. Sometimes snake might even be running behind me, and sometimes they tell me, even in the dream, I was wearing a wedding gown, and they almost wedded me and the snake together. Like then I was a kid, though, but there are some things that you can't forget in your life.
Yes.
You can't forget them. So exactly what that girl said. Many people here they'll say consultation, but they will be telling you what you know is not aligned to what is like. If someone tell you what is wrong with you, you will feel it in your spirit. Yeah,
Yes.
you will feel it in your spirit. There is a lady that was talking, and she was like, "Ask your mother." I said, please. Please, this one is not, you are not going to my direction. So I have messaged you with my backup. I said,
Okay, no
please,
problem.
Oma, answer me. If you see this message, we really need to talk because there's a lot of things I want to say that I can't say here.
No
So
problem.
I
I'll
also
respond
followed
to
you
you
with
after
this
that.
one. I still follow you with my backup. I really need to do consultation because that is where you have to know how to
About
begin your
yourself,
process.
how to navigate your
Yeah,
destiny.
so please, don't even. I even know that you will be restless if you do not see my message. Because yeah, because if you even see the way I put it, I say, "Oh ma, please, I pray and I hope you see my message
I
because
respond to
it's
my
very
by
important."
myself.
I want to know why my suddenly dream, because before if I dream, it come to reality. What
Yes.
happened? I even see my future before it happens before,
Mm-hmm.
but now I can't even see anything.
Don't worry,
Nothing.
we'll check it and figure it out.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ebun,
Yeah, good evening. Good
good
evening.
morning, darling.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We are in the evening here.
Okay.
Um, this is my first time on your show,
Wow,
and I just
welcome.
talked with you for the past how many hours now. I
You're
listened
stuck
to your
here
story,
too.
your husband's story, and everything. I'm
Okay,
like,
thank
oh
you
my
so
gosh.
much. Thank you so much.
So, one thing, okay, they tell me that I have a calling.
Okay.
So I asked somebody, and the person tell me that I should be, because if I go to like a white garment church and they are praising God, they are praying, I'll feel like going on like trance or something.
Ah,
So then the person tell me that I should be going to white garment church.
mm-hmm.
That is that from there that I can get my, what do they call it, my gift. So I don't know, and since then, I think I went like 3 times. Since then, one thing or the other is like something is just blocking my way
Hmm. Maybe your spirit
to be
guide
able
isn't
to
working for you.
connect to. Yes. So since then, things has been rough. Money, everything, my business, everything just block and cease.
Ebun, you know what
And I'm
you
like,
need? You
oh
need a
my God.
consultation so
Yes.
that what type of calling you have, right? There are some people that have calling and
Mm-hmm.
their calling is to be a nurse. like a caregiver. There are some
No,
people
the
like
guy said spiritual way.
there
Says
are some people
spiritual
that
way.
have when I mean spiritual way, some people are healers, they have earth calling, right? And they can do it in the English
Mm-hmm.
way. Like my daughter now, she has a calling, and her calling is to be a
Mm-hmm.
healer, root herbs. She's a healer. But I pushed her to go and study medicine, right? So
Okay.
that she can
So
practice it in the English way if she wants to. So you will come, let's do a consultation. Let's know if you are a water priestess like myself, right?
mm-hmm.
And know the
Mm-hmm.
spirit, which of the spirits are calling you. How do you go about it? So
Okay.
I'll be to
Okay.
direct.
Okay. I sent you a message on your thing now that please I need your number. So maybe after when you finish your show and everything, maybe you can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay. Maybe you can send me your number, please.
yes, I'll do
Because
that
I
after
wish
this.
to see, is it possible? Can I ask another question? Is it possible to see your heavenly mate too? Like,
Yes, that's what he was saying now, the other guy.
okay.
Everything things on
Yes,
band.
yes. I love because that has been my concern for years.
Yeah, it's very possible.
You know how they will give back to you when you are small and they just put those things on your face.
Yes.
And yes, so I have it on my face, like I'm like, okay, now I love to see them now to be having, to be talking to them and
Conversation.
show me things. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but everywhere that I go or I ask questions, they will tell me, "Oh, because of what your parent put on your face,
Mm-hmm.
that's
At some
why
point, some
they
body
block
starts
them
falling.
away from you."
People have touched our forehead. It has altered our vision. It has blocked our
Mm-hmm.
chakra. This part
Yes.
where we are
Uh-huh.
supposed to focus.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of things that has occurred. So it is true sacrifice that you awaken that part of you. So I will explain all those things
Okay.
in the consultation.
They say they have olokun and all that. You know the meaning, right?
All those are water spirits.
Yes. Yes. So
Are you
please
from Edo
send
State?
me a message. No, I'm Yoruba.
Okay, no problem. I will explain it to you.
Please. Please.
No
So
problem.
please send me your number, please.
Yeah,
Thank
I'll
you so
just
much.
leave
I
a
really
message for
enjoy
you
your
on my
show.
DM. I will respond after the live.
Yes, I DM you already. Yes, I
Okay,
did.
I
I
will
DM
respond.
you
Don't worry, I'll
already.
respond to you after the live.
Yes. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Nice
You're
talking to
welcome.
you. I enjoy your show. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Stacy.
Okay.
Hello, good night. It's my first
Hey.
time watching you.
Good morning,
Yeah. Oh
Stacy.
yeah, it's
Stacy, are you
morning.
the
It's
one
morning.
on this your profile picture?
Sorry?
Are you the one on your profile picture?
Yes, I am.
You are so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my first time watching you.
Welcome.
Yeah, I always sensed like I was a water person, but I didn't know what it meant. And then in January it was confirmed. In January I visit Abuja, but I never sort of did it for that. And then when I came back, the prophet that I was with, he went to Benin to do water settlement for me. The day when the settlement was done, I saw a massive change in my husband almost instantly. When I went to sleep that night, I saw the queen and I saw quite a lot. I saw a light showing me like this beautiful city three times, but I didn't know what it mean because I was sort of raised Christian. That really confused me. So I went through a period of like almost a full month of being confused. Like everything I knew. What is this? We're taught because I'm Jamaican by birth. So we're
Okay.
kind of thought, yeah, Jamaica is all about Christianity. Witchcraft is kind of like a taboo. and I never heard about like the water, that kind of thing, you know. But there is so much from my childhood memory. I remember that my mom would always have a glass of water by the bedside, but she's so into Christianity now. Everywhere I turn, they tell me, "Oh, your mom needs to talk to you. Your mom needs to talk to you." But whenever I try to talk to her, she just acts like, "Oh, I'm so Christian. I don't know what you're talking about."
You always
Then
change it
another
up.
then another lady told me that the water is from my father's side. So I'm like, and my father's side is quite rich in terms of, I remember my great grandmother being a free slave, which is like maroon. There's a whole history there. So I'm like so confused. But I remember that when the water settlement was done for me that night, I also saw my spiritual husband. And what was interesting, he was so proud in the sense that when I saw him, he had this crown of pearls around his head. But they say he's so jealous. So if I'm not careful, he could kill my actual husband. So I'm just a bit concerned because I feel like I've learned all of this, but I don't have any real guidance. Again, also, I've
You need
always
to let
had,
me know what is what.
I've,
Stacy, first of all, there is it. I always say that.
sorry, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Oh my days. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry.
Now,
Yeah.
I always say this thing. When you are doing consultation, right, it is very important for you to understand your assignment before you start doing spiritual work. Because from what you said now, you don't even understand your purpose, your assignment, and they've already done spiritual
Exactly.
works for you. So
Exactly.
even
So
now, you are in the journey and you still don't understand.
yeah.
Right? So you come and do a consultation. Let me explain and make you understand so that you will be able to what? Work with that destiny that you have. You won't be confused anymore.
Yes.
So you send me a message, a private message on this page. After the live, I'll take it from there.
Sure. Thank you so much. My
You're
mom is trying
welcome.
to call me.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Asa,
Good morning, ma.
good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Asa, you've been here with me since.
Yeah, it's just that you came to do this live because of me today. I
Ah,
just
you know I don't come live normally this time. I wanted to sleep. They said go and talk about your story. I was telling my
today
husband.
was
I
the
said
first
talk
time I
about my
even
story.
followed you today. So I was
Wow.
just stuck watching, listening to the story. That was what even kept me. I was saying, you are using style to, yeah, this woman is talking to me. Oh.
Ah, maybe it was because of you I came live. Maybe it's
I
you
swear, it's really not easy. Oh.
because I don't come live. Like I was live yesterday, so I don't come live that often.
Doing this is really not easy. Like even now, like I was trying to do it as of last. I think this water settlement of eating, but not getting the right person. You pay
Hmm.
money for consultation, they'll just tell you. Even the bill itself, the last woman gave me more than almost 1 million. I
Hmm.
think 70 something thousand just to do water settlement. But the thing is just that I have issue even in marriage.
Are you in Nigeria?
Yes, now I'm not even with my husband, staying alone with my two children
It
now.
happened to me too. Now I shared my story. How it scattered. It's
I
part
told
of the call. So
me
it's
with
for
my
you
two
to
children, I'm just
it's
alone. He didn't even call to ask how are they doing.
no, they no, he will not care for those children. It's you that will care for them because why? You're a queen.
I was even the last woman that did consultation, as in I think Alpha for me was I think last two just this same week. Okay, we are in that's last week. She
Mm.
said after she told me finish, I said, is it not better to go to my village and do all these things? These people are even confusing me. I don't even know what I'm doing again.
You will do consultation, right? And I will direct you on how you will go and answer this call, so that at least how many years person won't live for life when they suffer, plenty suffer.
It's not easy. Oh. Even my family, everybody, like the last, what even made me to go off the marriage? I was trying to stay, but
Okay,
this last
bless now.
time,
Becoming life more often.
this last time, the man beat me until that he wanted to even choke me to death. That is why
Beat
I
you?
left. Eh? He wanted to even. I left with my two children, my family, everything. I just have to use the money. I sell my phone, get a smaller one, rent a house, and just stay. So I will just rest.
I have water settlement tomorrow. Hey God.
So I will just rest.
So
Though it's not easy.
Asa, you send me a message, right?
Okay.
So that we'll take it from there. I want to round off the life now because I need to rest. I have water work tomorrow, or
Okay,
rather
ma.
this morning.
Ma, please don't forget to.
And just if you send me a message on my TikTok, I will respond to everybody there.
Okay, thank you, ma.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
God bless you.
Yeah. X76. Extin. Extin.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is my first time here. I don't
Oh,
know.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
I don't really have much to say. I'm the confused person, so I'm wondering. So I want that into your hands. I
Okay,
don't
you know
know.
what you do? Since you are confused, the first step to start in African spirituality is consultation. It's just like when you go to the hospital to see a doctor, he will tell you go to the lab, go and run a test. It is from your test result we'll be able to direct you and explain and make you understand. Do you understand?
You need to examine. You need to examine me first and find
That's why I
before
said you need to do
test me.
consultation. So you send me a private message on my inbox here. Just click on that place, message, send me a message, and I'll take it from there.
It's
Okay?
okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Saki,
Yes, okay.
please don't bring anybody up again. Saki, are you there? Saki Mohammed. I don't think this person is still. Flowery. Flowery. Maybe this person is struggling to open his or her mic. Flowery, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are
Can
you
you hear
doing?
me?
Loud and clear.
Fine. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was just it's my first time here.
Oh, welcome.
I was just playing with my phone on this TikTok. I've never been on any live program. This is my first
Wow.
time. I don't
Wow.
even know. I don't even know how to use TikTok that much, but I've been glued here for more than about 3 hours now.
Wow.
I don't know.
Welcome.
I wanted to leave, but something kept saying, just stay, listen more, hear her what she has to say.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I've been here. I want to say thank you very much for what you're doing. You're a very
Oh.
beautiful woman.
Thank you. My
Um,
husband's head is swelling. Oh.
it's you though. He's a lucky man. I want to say that when we grow up in Christian homes, sometimes we get a little confused
Yeah.
most of the time because before my dad passed, he was a Christian. My mom is a Christian.
Hmm.
And I must tell you, I'm 47 years old. I've never been married.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of things has happened in my life, back and forth, and this and that. And sometimes when you go to these white garment churches, they will tell you you have a spirit husband. In fact, there was a time they told me he's a king and he's very jealous, and because
That
of
means you
that,
have a call. If your spirit
that
husband is a king, that means you are a
Yeah.
queen.
That he will not let me get married and things like that.
Is
So
that not what
I'm
they
very
told people?
so I'm very confused. And when I tell my mom this, she'll say, no, you're a Christian, no, you cannot go and do this, you cannot take anything to the ocean, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. So I'm very confused. I don't even know what to do or how to go about it. So I
Don't
think I
worry,
have to talk
sorry.
to
I'm going
you
to help
after.
you, right? I'm going to
Yeah.
help you. You were on this life for a reason. I'm so happy
Mm-hmm.
that I did not go to bed as I was going to bed. I
In
yielded to
fact,
the voice. Because
yeah.
if it's only because of you that I came to this life, I'm fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Thank you.
understand?
Yeah.
Because 47, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot that has passed,
Yeah.
right?
It is. It is.
So we are going to run a consultation. I will direct you and tell you what you need to do. If there's
Okay.
marriage in your destiny, you'll get married. That's for sure.
Amen. Thank you. Amen.
Okay?
I will send you a message.
Okay,
Thank you
please
very
do.
much.
Yeah.
How do I go off?
Okay, guys. I wish I could still stay for hours, but I have early morning work tomorrow with some people. I have over 7 water works tomorrow, right? So please, if you have a message, kindly send a message to my DM. I'm going to respond to you, and I'll make sure I'm going to be coming live more often now, especially times like this, because I found out that a lot of people that are new to my life, I met them on this timing. So I'll come live more often now, and trust me, I always come with messages from the spirit. So if you're not following me, can you give me a follow so that you don't miss my live session? It's always a wonderful time together. If you have anything you want to share with me, feel free to reach out to my private message. And also, if you want to follow up on some of my teachings I have done in the past, just click on my YouTube link on my page. It takes you to my YouTube page. You will watch my videos from my previous life. Okay. I want to say thank you to everyone that has been on this live. What? I want to say thank you. And I also want to tell you, please be aware of scammers. There are a lot of people that are impersonating me on this live. I don't have any other page outside this one. This is the only page I have. If you want to do a consultation with me, before you make payment, try to do a video call to cross check that it is me you are paying your money to. Please, because there are a lot of people that have created fake pages just because they want to scam people. So please be vigilant, and may our chi continue to guide us. Until then, I want to say I love you and thank you. Bye.